On the news, a rare dime hidden for decades sells for over $500,000. An extraordinary rare dime whose whereabouts had remained a mystery
Oh,
since
hey,
the
it's the
late
closing
1970s
song.
has
Show's
just
over.
sold for
Awesome.
just over $500,000. Who needs dimes when you got that sticky icky?
Nah, just
icky?
kidding.
Woo-hoo!
Subscribe to That's All Funny.
Sticky icky. Woo-hoo! 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 Sticky icky.
You're okay, Johnny. It's to you.
Sucking my dick.
On the news, a rare dime hidden for decades sells for over $500,000. An extraordinary rare dime whose whereabouts had remained a mystery since the late 1970s has just sold for just over $500,000.
Welcome to the show, Pause. It is going to be a great and amazing, awesome show. You could tell already.
Subscribe to That's All Funny.
Sticky icky. Woo-hoo! 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 Sticky icky. Woo-hoo!
That's the real dimes you need, right? You don't need fucking Franklin D. Roosevelt. You need that. You need that Abraham Lincoln Kush, dog. You need to smoke the Gettysburg Address and shit. You know what I'm saying? You need that shit that frees the slaves, motherfucker.
Underground Railroad shit.
Sticky icky. Woo-hoo! Sticky icky. Woo-hoo! Sticky icky. Woo-hoo! Sticky icky.
Abraham Lincoln
Sticky
Kush.
icky. Woo-hoo! Sticky icky. Woo-hoo! Sticky icky.
Oh, you're alive. It is too stoned.
Indeed it
Fucking
is.
epic. I lost the intro song. Fuck it, let's just go.
His rising clouds of green. Johnny Kush, the
I get
party
shit up here.
Lighters flick, the flame.
I hear an echo.
Oh, great.
Yeah, this echo is pretty loud. Is it coming out of your speakers or is your headphones just cranked the hell up?
I don't know. All right, are we live? We're live.
We are live.
All right, we still got the echo?
Yep.
Oh, what the fuck? All right, let's get this fixed somehow here. Let's go to audio settings. And we got...
Well, while Johnny's fucking around with that, I'll just talk about our session that we did last night on my Twitch channel at MarcoV193, MarCov193, where me and Johnny continued our playthrough of Mass Effect 1. I'm not gonna lie, the first little bits are kind of boring because we were just dicking around on uncharted planets or whatever, but it was a good time. I had a blast. Johnny seemed to have a blast. And especially if you're a Mass Effect fan, I do encourage you to check it out. Because there are some things that Johnny does that will make you want to rip your hair out. I guarantee you. We got Pause in the chat. What's good, Pause? How's the road trip going? He says, let's go.
Okay, I'm back. Is there any type of fixation?
Let me see. Testicle, 1, 2, 3. No, I don't hear an echo anymore.
Okay, so you were echoing.
Yes.
Okay. Last night, I was echo. We have some kind of problem, but we're going to get through it, man. What a fucking nightmare this has been. This is
At least
the
we
beginning
caught
of the
it.
show.
At least we caught it early.
Jesus. The intro song's just gone. Half of the shit I put up for tonight is gone, but we're going to get through it.
Well, let me know if you need the file again, because I definitely have it.
Yeah, I have it. I had set up a new intro tonight because the last one was horrible. And I loaded the music up. I went to play it, and then it just disappeared. So that's what we're dealing with tonight.
Excellent.
But, we're not a clip-driven show, so we'll be all right. So
Pause
Pause is
Reality says is back from his mini vacation. Good. Get comfy, man. We kind of missed you. We missed you in the chat. It was kind of weird going back to just me and Johnny talking to nobody. It was kind of bizarre.
We are... if you're tuning in right now, don't worry. It's not like this all the time. We got it fixed, and we're going to settle in. It's Two Stoned. I'm Johnny, and he's what's your name?
Let's see here. Two Stoned with Marco. That's my name. That's right.
Marco Johnny. Yeah, I'm Johnny. You're Marco. We're Two Stoned. I'm too sober right now. Is the problem?
Oh, that's the problem. Obviously, that's the problem. Is you're not stoned enough.
No, I had a hankering today. I had to have my Fuddruckers fixed today. So I'm like, okay, all right. What is it? 7:00. I got 3 hours to get to Fuddruckers and back. Place is about a half-hour drive. So there's an hour there. So it's 8. It gives me 2 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, needless to say, I got there, got my burgers, and ate them there. And then on the way out of the casino, I'm like, let me throw $1 in. What the hell? What's it going to hurt? I hit the jackpot today, $847.
Hot damn.
And I'm like, I got to get back the show. I'm like, fuck the show. Let's make money. Nah, I got to get back for the show. So I played for another half hour.
Come on, just 2 more. Just 2 more. Okay, 1 more. 5 more. Just 5 more.
Yeah, well, I left the place today with $300. Let's just leave it at that.
You fucking asshole.
Oh, I'm horrible. Dalish is here. How you doing tonight?
Hello, Dalish. Glad to see you.
So I'm literally programming the show and driving at the same time coming home. Running in. I'm like, all right, we'll be 5 minutes late. No problem. I got it. I got everything all set up. I was, I set everything up at the restaurant tonight. So I did get everything done beforehand. I'm a good boy there. But here we are.
I don't know if you noticed, but on the message that you sent me, it said jump in at 12:05, not 10:05.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was sitting there going like, I'm pretty sure he means 10, but wouldn't it be funny if I just waited until 12:05 and then messaged you to be like, what the fuck, bro? Just completely sabotage the episode.
Well, that's what time I've been going on at 2 a.m. East Coast. But I've been fine going on at midnight, no problem. 2, 3, fuck them. So here tonight, 2 Stone. I'm sucking on my edible, trying to get it down here, trying to get it ready to go.
What kind of edible?
Tonight we're hitting another 600 milligram THC 9 strawberry. From Kalinda Farms. Cool. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't care. It's like I heard they're good. Oh, Kalinda. They're good.
I don't know, man. Kalinda Farms just sounds cool.
Kalinda. So last night, I missed what you were saying because I was fucking around with the thing, but we had we made a journey through the universe last night, and I got too high.
Yes, you did.
Way too high.
But that's kind of what I wanted.
I got way too into it again.
I will say, you really got into the game a lot faster than I thought you would. Because, like you said,
than you are, and you're running it.
Yeah, well, because do you have any idea how many times I've played that game? I've played that game so many times, a dozen times over. But I will say, we've already done something that I haven't seen before. I will say. Because just because of the way you think and the way you pick shit. It's just like, oh damn, I didn't know it was gonna play out like this.
Very bipolar.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that you've dedicated to the split morality run, which okay. I'm not gonna say no.
Well, sometimes I feel like a nice guy, sometimes I don't.
Fair. That's fair.
Man, I loved when we took that guy out, though. That fucking Nick Cannon looking dude last night. We fucking popped him right in the head. That was the best.
Oh, that Father Kyle, the biotic cult leader.
Yeah, Father Kyle, fuck you, man. All day today, I'm like, fuck you, Father Kyle. And if you want to have as much fun as I did, you gotta. The link is I put it up on. I'll put it on the bottom of the page here if they'll let us do it.
Yeah.
And it's on my Twitter page, and of course it's on Marco's Twitter page. It's my MARCO beep beep 193. It's just Marco V193. MARCO VEE 193. Or at Marijuana Happy, all one word. I don't know why nobody can ever find me. I can't find me. I'm upset. We need this website before I kill somebody.
You're telling me that when you're blitzed out of your mind, you could spell marijuana?
I don't think I can.
Exactly.
And one night, too, I'm like, was I so high that I spelt it wrong that I can no longer find my own name?
I'm pretty sure you spelled it right.
I'm pretty sure the next time everybody wants to come on at the same time, guest wise, I think it's going to be an intervention for me because I think I done smoked myself retarded. There's no, I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I'm dumb.
You realize that after playing a almost 20-year-old space RPG?
Oh, I was immersed. To a point where it's like you're like, dude, settle the fuck down. Dude, you're too much tonight. We gotta go.
No, I was more than willing to keep going for a little bit longer, but then my fucking internet crashed. But at least we got like 3.5 hours in, and that's good. We got a lot in, and I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah,
And,
I was done by that time. I was like, thank God, I can't even read the screen anymore. I'm so fucking high.
Yeah. I was mostly just trying to set it up, but I was like basically like 10 minutes away from where I wanted to save it anyway. So I was like, close enough. Fuck it. We're just gonna do an Irish goodbye on this.
Yeah, it was a great time for me. I don't know. I'm learning on how to stream as a guest.
Yeah.
And I'll work it out.
And
I had a great time. I don't know how it. I mean, I listened to a little bit of it today, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm fucking annoying. Holy fuck, that's bad. That is the most annoying guy in the. It's like when your friend gets too fucked up, and you're trying to play a game and he won't shut up. That's how bad it was last night. I acknowledge that. I will acknowledge.
Yeah. You were stoned out of your goddamn mind, though. That's why I wasn't nearly as mean to you as I probably should have been. Because I know it's like, dude, this guy is high. Is higher than giraffe pussy right now. I can't even be mad at him.
And I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna dial it back. Next Monday, I'm gonna dial it back a nudge.
Maybe focus more on the snacks and not the edibles.
Yeah, I popped 2. I was on 1,200 milligrams of edibles last night, so that explains it. And but it was a great time on my end, anyways. I had a great time, and you probably not so much, but we'll get through it.
No, I will say even if that, like, at the time I thought it was annoying, but when I listened back to it, I was like, no, this is actually kind of funny. Like you just rattling on while I'm trying to do shit in the game, and I'm trying to focus, and I'm just like, yep, as I'm just blowing shit up, and you're just rambling, and I'm just like, oh fucking Jesus.
I'm not even talking about shit that's going on in the game at a point.
No.
I just put the phone down and started talking to you like we're doing this show.
Yeah. But that was kind of the point, was, like a decent chunk of that. I was like, this is going to be boring, so might as well just keep rambling. But then we eventually got to the plot. And then you're like, oh, and then eventually you were like, oh wait, shit, I need to focus.
Okay, I got it. Now I'm involved again. Let me get involved.
Yeah.
No, it's a great time. You guys got to check it out. I think it's a cool. I don't know. I went and watched a couple other streaming things to see, how much different ours was.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I watched like 5 or 6 different guys, and they're boring as fuck. It's they don't even talk that much. You know what I mean? It's like there's no entertainment value to it, whatever. It's just nerds. Like, yep, looks good, buddy. There you go. Huh. Yeah, awesome. Are you going to take a right or a left? I'm like, oh my God, that's boring.
Yeah. At least we tried to fill up the space with something. If you listen to our first playthrough of Mass Effect, there were some periods where both of us were just like, what the fuck are we even doing right now? And there was long periods where we didn't say anything because I was simultaneously trying to do like 3 things at once, so I couldn't focus. But I feel like this time around we did a much better job. We were a little more comfortable. So yeah, go check it out on Twitch at MARCOV193.
And I think it's only going to get better if you let me come back again next week after this one.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. If you ever want to do it again, like when I'm off work or something, if you want to just get a couple hours in, then yeah, I'm down.
Yep. So we're here tonight. It's Two Stone. We have a great time, and it's we're out saving the universe on Monday nights now.
Yep, we're out saving the galaxy as Johnny Cush, the first human Spectre, and the plot's going to thicken here real soon. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about the Spectre, designation.
Yeah, I can see you're getting real comfortable with it.
The thing that last night I was doing just to fuck with you, it's like, is any sandwiches involved? I can hear it in your voice. You're like, you asked me for a fucking sandwich one more time, I'm gonna fucking strangle you.
Well, you said it the first time, and I was like, oh, okay, that's funny because yeah, we don't eat anything. Haha, funny video game joke. And then the second time, you were just like, all right, that was a good callback. Third time, I was like, okay, I get it. That was a callback. And then you did it a 6th time in the middle of me doing a gunfight, and I'm just like, can I just shoot myself, please?
I had a Subway sandwich sitting in front of me during the whole game. That's where the sandwich thing came from.
That was the inspiration for your joke.
Yeah, because it was just sitting there. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I want to eat that fucking sandwich. I'm really hungry, but I don't want to stop.
You could have just muted yourself. Well,
I can't find the mute button.
How is it that hard to find a mute button?
I was screaming for it. But where's the mute button last night? Because I gave out the biggest death blow in the history of belching. And I was trying to find the mute button, and I could not find it.
Yeah, that burp was that was disgusting, man.
It lasted about 4 minutes. It was...
he like winded it up like it was a fucking lawnmower.
It ain't all of it. I took the headset, I put it underneath a sheet, put the sheet over the top, thinking it would mute it. And I put the headphones on. I'm like, you didn't hear that? You didn't hear that? He goes like, Jesus Christ, are you dead? God damn.
Fucking brilliant.
Oh. You can see why my friendships only last about 2 weeks. It only takes so much, and it's enough.
Without, again, one of those things where, like, at the moment, I was just like, oh, how fucking gross. But looking back on it, like, no, that was actually really fucking funny.
So, yeah, I got to find out where the mute button is. See, I let those go on here all the time, but I got the mute button right in front of me. When they're that bad, I mute them.
Yeah.
There's something about inhaling the marijuana smoke and then going out and talking for a couple of hours that just gets you all gassed up. I don't know what it is.
Actually, I believe it was the Taco Bell you ate.
Oh, the Taco Bell didn't help either. That fucking mini goddamn. I'm going to go on record right now, and I am done eating Taco Bell forever.
It was a mood killer for the podcast, or for the Let's Play.
I'm going through. I got indigestion, trying to be funny, not working. There was a point too at about the 3 hour mark. I'm like, I think he's getting fucking annoyed with me, and he was. I'm good.
I was more tired than I was annoyed.
No, it's funny. It's funny. It's the. I got to listen. I got about 40 minutes into it, so I still got about 2 hours left. But I enjoyed it. Hope you guys do too. And we shall move on. Right? What else we got to talk about? All right. So we got our brackets. We'll do that in a little bit. I know you guys are chomping at the bits for our brackets.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't even remember what the bracket is this week, but yeah.
Yeah, I think we're doing the. Oh, now you're not letting me. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. I need some therapy just from using this fucking Rumble Studio. I need help, people. I think you ever see that guy Mersh? He's like a podcaster.
See, it sounds familiar.
He's I think he's like 50 years old, and he smokes like a pack of cigarettes on the air, and he I think he had like a seizure when he took a bong hit too hard one time.
Okay.
And he's using the Rumble Studio, and I watched his show the other day, and he's going through the same shit. But you think I lose my shit? You should see that guy. It's fucking nut alley. What is it doing now? Why is it doing this?
Pause Reality says, I don't believe you. Next week you will order the new Grande Taco box they came out with.
God damn it. Why did you say that? I'm a sucker for a box.
Yes, you are.
You put anything in a box, I'm getting it. I love getting a box.
Oh, I thought you were making an innuendo.
Oh, that too. I mean, that's just a given.
That goes without saying.
I mean, I've been back for 2 years, and now I'm known as the guy with the broken dick that loves pussy. That's me. That's my reputation. Great. Good stuff. It might be this weed. I'm just noticing right now. I'm fucking annoying now. What is this? I mean, this is shit. It's not working.
It's actually enlightening me. This is bullshit.
It's a glitter bomb.
Glitter bomb. I can't say I've heard that one.
Yeah, I got a 6-pack of pre-rolls at the dispensary, and last night I sucked 2 of them down and became more stoned than any human ever. Tonight, I fucking sucked one down in 3 minutes, a whole fucking joint, to get on the air, and it's fucking me up again.
Jesus. Well, whatever the fuck that shit is, it is strong as a motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a 30-year-old, 30 years of smoking weed every day. Not every day. I didn't start every day till I was about 25.
When did you start?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to assume that you stole weed from your mom and you tried it.
Yes, there was always roaches in the ashtray at home.
Gotcha. Okay.
And, they'd put me to bed, and you'd smell the incense. I'm like, all right, whatever. They think lighting a little incense is going to hide the pot smell.
Right.
Then they would all leave, and I'd go out, and there'd be 4 or 5 roaches in there, and I'd light one up, sit on the couch, get high. My mom come out and caught me one day, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I enjoying a smoke." The look on her face was just like, that was the last time they ever had joints laying around the house.
Well, yeah.
See, my mom was an irresponsible but responsible parent.
She was an irresponsible, responsible parent.
Yeah, when she fucked things up, she knew it.
Mm-hmm.
But she would still fuck things up.
Yeah, she had no common sense, but she learned her lessons.
Yes, she wouldn't do it again.
Yeah, I'll give her that.
Yeah, I was a little. I'd sneak drugs all the time.
Yeah, I never sneaked anything from my parents other than like like food or sodas or something. Like I remember me and my brother stole cigarettes from my grandmother once, and then we smoked it, and it was the first time I ever smoked a cigarette. And I got like halfway through it, and I was like, "Man, this sucks," and I got rid of it. And
I
fast
remember
forward to
wanting.
me smoking like 3-4 cigarettes a day.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not bad.
I know it's not bad, but it could be better.
Well, it's not 40.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least it's not. At least I'm not a pack a day, but I'm like a pack every 2, 3, 4 days.
It's fucking crazy. This cigarette smoke. I remember the first time I wanted to smoke a cigarette is I went and grabbed every cigarette butt out of the ashtray.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's a great idea.
Unrolled the tobacco out of it, the remaining tobacco. Got a big thing going and took some notebook paper, rolled it up.
Ugh.
It wouldn't stick, so I decided to put some glue on it. Some Elmer's glue so it would stick.
How old were you?
This was today. No, I think I was about 12. I think I was about 12 at this time.
You 12. Okay. I mean, I guess a 12-year-old would make a move like this. I guess. Go on.
So I roll it up. I finally get it to stick with the glue. And I light it up.
Mhm.
And I don't know if it was the glue, the paper, or the bad, but I threw up immediately.
Yeah, no fucking
oh my
shit.
God. I was like, oh, this is what smoking is? I'm never smoking again. This is horrible. Oh. And then then I used to go up to the liquor store and they had a cigarette machine there. We'd be able to buy smokes.
Dirty Dalish says, when I was little, I tried smoking a cigarette, but I didn't know how I went to take a drag off the lit end.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, my God. I remember partying back in the day, too. And, like, you give a chick her first bong hit.
Mm-hmm.
And they would cough into the bong and just shoot bong water all over everything.
I remember I had a cousin. Actually, it was a couple of cousins who got in trouble. They got caught when they were like 12 or 13 or something like that for stealing their mom's cigarettes and smoking them. And they always said that it was a bunch of bullshit that they got grounded for it. And I was like, why? And he said, well, because we tried smoking them and we didn't feel anything. It didn't work. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so I was just, I pulled out my cigarettes and I was like, and I smoked one in front of him. And I was like, so did you do it like this? And I smoked a cigarette and they were just like, oh, okay. It was like, what? He's like, we were just blowing out the whole time. It was like, what?
Blowing out?
Yeah, they were just like, we thought you just make the smoke and that's how it works. Like, you are fucking retarded. I was on your side at first, but now I think you still deserve to be grounded just for being this fucking stupid. Like I can't really say I can't really defend you on this one, kid.
Oh my God. What the fuck is wrong with people?
I have no fucking idea, man. I mean, at least they didn't get hooked on cigarettes, so that's a good thing. But still, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I remember seeing a documentary on marijuana for the guys trying marijuana for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And they flew them out to California where it was legal. This is way back in the day, maybe 12 years ago when it first
Something
became
like that.
legal.
Yeah.
And this guy goes, well, what do you think is going to happen? He goes, man, I can't wait to see the colors. I can't wait to fly around. I just can't wait for this experience I've heard about my whole life. I'm like, what fucking guy had smoked pot? Told you that's the experience. That's mushrooms. That's not marijuana.
Yeah. Well, it's
So-
it's something that I've talked about with this guy named Tacklebox, who is my tattoo artist, and he's like, yes, he went. His name was Tacklebox.
Does he got a bunch of shit in his face so it looks like he fell down a flight of stairs with a tackle box in his hand?
Ding ding
Like
ding ding.
piercings? Okay.
Yep. And
Right.
also covered in tattoos.
Face too?
And-
We got face? Full face?
Oh yeah.
What
And
the fuck?
and also later on of me knowing him, he would later get that cosmetic surgery done where they would like split your tongue down the middle, so you would have like
Oh.
a snake tongue. Yeah,
That kind of guy. Okay.
yeah. The motherfucker's crazy, but he's a phenomenal artist. I'll send you pictures of the tattoos he's done on me if you really care. But I talked with him about that. Where he's like, he's much more of like a weed guy now, but he was very much a bad like drug guy and hallucinogenics and a horrible drinker. But he's just weed now, and he say like, do you have any idea how many times I have read books of people explaining and describing what being high on marijuana is like, or what tripping on mushrooms is like? And these are from like academic people that have credentials and an educational background. How many books I have read of that, and then I eventually did it myself, and I was just like, man, that was all a bunch of bullshit.
It is.
It's like,
I mean-
he's like, I've literally asked that to everybody. It was like, have you ever in mushrooms and your experience was like anything that they said in the books? No one
Never.
has.
You know, every time I've done hallucinogenics, I was thinking I was, like the Doors movie. I was going to be like that guy who's still alive, by the way.
Jim Morrison.
Yeah. There's a documentary where they found Jim Morrison living in Michigan, working at a Walmart.
Is he British?
Jim Morrison?
Yeah.
No, he's American. His dad was a 4-star general in the army.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, sorry, I got my Jims confused. But
Yeah.
but how old would he be if he was still alive? Because he was a young dude back in the 70s.
Yeah, they say he's 71, and he kind of looks like him. He says that they show pictures of him from old girlfriends and shit, and they like froze. Like, that's him.
And
And
he
I'm like-
is the perfect age to be a Walmart greeter.
And I'm not necessarily. And people that move around the country can kind of acknowledge this, maybe even pause and Dalish, but there's a lot of people that are the same people. They look exactly the same, but they're completely different.
Yes.
Like one day you'll see a guy, you're like, oh my God, that guy's a fucking bum, but he looks exactly like Bruce Springsteen, but Bruce Springsteen learned how to play a guitar. This same guy. There's doppelgangers everywhere.
Yeah, I remember way back, my brother, and my dad were driving around in our hometown, and in the middle of driving, my dad just slams on the brakes, and me and my brother are like, "What?" And he's just like staring out the window, and he's just staring at this kid who's just on a bike waiting to cross the road. He's like, "That kid looks exactly like you." Like a younger you.
Yeah.
And my brother looks out the window and he's like, "Holy shit, you're right." Like, we were just kind of like, "Man, that does look like you when you were fucking 8 years old. That's crazy."
It really is. I think there's only a certain number of humans that and they just sprinkle us in different parts of the world.
Or maybe there were twins that were separated at birth on purpose. I don't know.
You know, and I go into places too, and somebody will go, "Hey, what's up, Jimmy?" And you're like, "I've never been here in my life. What the fuck is going on?"
Oh yeah, I've mistaken people for other people all the time.
And I'm to the point now, I don't know who the fuck anybody is anymore. I don't know who I've met, who I haven't met, because I've been in so much shit over the years. I've met so many people. So anytime somebody waves, I always wave at them. And they'll look at me like, why are you waving at me? And there's somebody behind me waving at all times. So I'm at all times thinking that I know everybody. Or
That's
pretend
literally a lyric in a Bloodhound Gang song.
to. Is it really?
Yes, it is.
They must have smoked some glitter bomb before they wrote it.
Probably. They were probably the test subjects for that shit.
Okay. I'm going to ask this question to you.
Mhm.
If you were to write down and describe what it's like to be on marijuana, what would you say? What would your be like your addition to this book of academics that say that marijuana does all this to you, that it doesn't do half the shit it says, but
I think what I would say is that it simultaneously makes your body feel heavy but light at the same time.
okay.
You know, even though that makes no sense, it makes perfect sense. The only way it makes perfect sense is if you're feeling what I'm feeling right now. You know what I mean? Is like that's the only way I could really describe marijuana is like it makes me feel heavy, so I want to lay down, but it also makes me feel light because when I walk around it's like, oh yeah, this feels great. The wind in my face. You know?
I would describe it as driving. Say you're driving 3,000 miles an hour, right?
So we're talking sativas then.
Yeah, I mean, just in regular life, your brain's going 3,000 miles an hour. There's shit going everywhere, left, right, left, right. I take 2 hits of that marijuana. All of a sudden, that car starts to slow down, slow down, and now I'm only thinking about 1 or 2 things now instead of 6,000. That's what it does for me.
Yeah, sounds like you definitely have undiagnosed ADHD then.
I have severe ADHD. But the marijuana literally focuses me. It gets if I'm not high, I don't get shit done. Nothing. Hey, look, there's a raccoon outside. Oh, look, maybe I should wash this rake off and maybe paint it. Hey, look, maybe I should go wash my car. 6 hours gone by. I got 6 open projects going.
Yeah, I remember I used to have a boss who also had severe ADHD, and I loved him. He was a great guy, nicest guy in the world. But there were just some times where I'd go and talk with him and just say like, "Hey, we'll say his name was Steven. Like, hey Steven, can I talk to you about something up with my truck?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And we go over to talk to him, and then I try to explain to him what's going on, and he's like, "Oh, Cray, we're gonna need this part and this part. And the last time I ordered this part, I ordered it from some stupid cheap site got like parts from China or something." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't even know where I found it. I think somebody told me about it while I was at a party or something. I don't remember." Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been my cousin's birthday or something. Like he just goes on these fucking tangents, and I'm like, "Steve, the truck." And he's like, right, sorry."
That's exactly where I was last night. Yeah, and then sometimes I get a little tingly in the toes,
Sure.
Sometimes I feel the warmth. I don't know how else to describe it. As just feeling safe.
Yeah, it definitely has a pain-killing effect in the sense of and also I'm talking about smoking. You're doing the edibles, so it's a little bit different. But I would say it does have a sort of pain-killing effect in the sense of you actually kind of feel your muscles relaxing.
You feel muscles relaxing,
but just a little bit.
And it relieves your anxiety, because when you're in pain, you're always nervous that pain's going to come back at any time, and then it makes you forget about your pain for a little bit.
Absolutely.
It makes you hungry as hell. It's good if you got the AIDS.
That's why me and my dad has the right idea. He's like, look, if you go into a doctor and the doctor tells you that you have like terminal brain cancer or something like that, it's just like you're gonna die. Just give him a pass to do all the drugs that he wants.
Yeah.
Why
No
not?
shit.
If the motherfucker wants to do meth, what's it matter? He's gonna die in 6 months.
I've had this argument for years. It's just like, just legalize the fucking drugs. Look, everything.
Well, I mean,
Because, number one, every cartel is gone. They're gone. They're gone. It's a bloodshed. The gangs are gone. There's no currency anymore for any illegal activities. It's all taxed. Instead of spending $8 million on tanks and shit to go bust guys' doors down, we could maybe build treatment centers. I don't know. I'm crazy.
well, there's
Let's just say, like, somebody like your dad, right?
Uh-huh.
He's not going to develop a crack problem tomorrow if it's legal. You know what I mean? He knows that smoking crack is not good for you, but it should be our choice.
Yes, I do agree. And we're talking about individually. If you're part of it, if you have a family or something, dude, you got responsibilities. You could have a beer, but you got shit to do. You know what I mean? But for me and Johnny, we have nothing better to do. So yeah, if we want to have the choice to just waste our time with whatever drink or drug of our choice, then it should be our choice. I wouldn't be a meth guy either, but I shouldn't go to fucking jail for it.
Exactly. Just for having a little tiny bit of it in your car, it's a felony, and you're like, "What?" I just think all drugs should be legal, and because people are dying on the your kids are dying now because it's illegal. White kids are dying. It's a problem.
Oh, you're
When
talking
white
about my
kids-
kids specifically.
No, yeah, it's just white kids. You know what I mean? White kids are dying, and that should wake somebody up, for fuck's sake. And they're like, "You want to legalize everything?" Yeah, because then when they go to the rave, they actually are taking Molly, and are going to wake up tomorrow. I don't know. They're going to take it either way. So why not just give them legal Molly when they walk in? It's not going to kill them.
Yeah, it really is that argument of like, if you're going to have people that are going to do it no matter what you're going to do, then you either are going to have to build these giant ass prisons to lock up all of these fucking people on top of all of the other criminals, which that's the fucking problem to begin with. That's why Portland and Oregon criminalized fucking legalized fucking all drugs, is because all of their fucking prisons are filled with junkies. They can't they can't throw in people that have like committed like actual serious murder, like fucking arson or thievery or murder, because it's just filled with fucking junkies and drunks.
It's unbelievable what's going on out there. The junkies here in Las Vegas is out of control.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, everybody's hooked on the fentanyl out here. It's everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody can fucking... Well, I mean, I guess if you're an addict, then it doesn't really matter what you're doing. But, I don't know, man. That shit sounds scary. I've seen what it does to people. And it's even gotten to the point where they're just like, oh yeah, the fucking cocaine and the Molly and the LSD and all that shit's laced now in the clubs. It's like, well, you know what? Now I have an excuse not to fucking do that shit.
Yeah, it stopped me from doing it.
Yeah, it should.
I used to be a drug garbage can back in the day. Give me a pill, I'll take it. You got some drugs, I'll snort them. What are you drinking? Give it to me. I'll do anything. Not now. Especially when I was living in a condo and those two 21-year-old chicks died, just wanting to hang out and do some ecstasy.
Yeah, I've seen what happens when you wake up in Debo's chicken coop sweating like a slave. I have no intention of having that happen to me.
Debo's chicken coop. Oh God. Yeah, I don't know. So if you're a piece of shit and have nothing to offer humanity, fentanyl will not kill you. If you have a bright future and you care about your life, it will kill you right on the spot.
Only the good die young.
On the street, these guys are doing ounces
Mm-hmm.
of fentanyl. You know, one little drop can kill a normal person, but a goddamn junkie could shoot up an ounce into his arm at a time. It's crazy.
Of course. It's the whole fucking it's the tolerance thing. I think that's like a fucking Ozzy Osbourne, because he's done so much drugs for so long, he literally cannot donate blood to anybody, even if they are the same blood type, because of all of the drugs he has done. If they put Ozzy's blood into a normal person, it would kill them.
He is the Iron Man.
He is the Iron Man. He's going to be on iron wheels here soon.
Yeah. The guy, everything. Cheated death 18,000 times on everything, but that fucking Parkinson's at the end got him, just like Muhammad Ali.
Just like Muhammad Ali, like Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox and Curb Your Enthusiasm, last week's winner of the bracket, was that was the greatest guest appearance ever. He reached into his thing, grabbed him a Coke. Larry opens it, smashes all over his face. It goes all over his face. He's like, "I'm sorry, I got Parkinson's. I didn't shake it on purpose."
Yeah, and the whole time Larry's just like, "I'm pretty sure he did that on purpose. He looked like he shook it a little harder than usual, but he's got Parkinson's." Like, I know, but I feel like he did that on purpose.
And then he'd clomp around in the boots above him all night. Yeah, I have to wear the boots because of the Parkinson's. I think he's using his Parkinson's to piss me off.
Michael J. Fox is actually fucking hilarious, and also huge supporter of weed, because weed is a miracle drug for people with Parkinson's. I have seen videos of that shit, and that is insane.
Well, another good guy is that Montel Williams. He used to have a talk show in the afternoon like Jerry Springer. He was diagnosed with life-crippling MS 30 years ago, and he said, "Well, I'm going to start smoking weed." And look, he's still normal to this day because of the marijuana.
Huh. Well, it could also be a Magic Johnson scenario.
Yeah, to this day, I'm pretty sure Magic Johnson never had AIDS.
I mean, doesn't he have the money to treat it?
Didn't Rock Hudson have the money to treat it? Didn't Liberace have the money to treat it? You know what I mean?
I mean, when Liberace had it, they didn't know AIDS existed. So
I'm trying to find one survivor that had AIDS the same year Magic Johnson had AIDS that's still alive, and that person doesn't exist.
That is true. That is
and
fucking
a lot
bizarre.
Of those people that died from AIDS had a lot of money. It wasn't about the money.
Mm-hmm.
I think Magic Johnson's knees were shot, and I think the government came and said, "Hey, you know what? This AIDS thing is starting to spread to straight people. Maybe we should tell people to wear some condoms." And by the way, Magic Johnson ended up with $1 billion in his bank account.
You know what?
Magically.
That is one. Yeah, but but yeah, that theory isn't too far fetched. I stumbled across an interview with I can never remember his name, and I feel bad every time. But the guy who played Urkel.
Oh yeah, it was Jameel White.
Yeah.
Jameel.
He did an interview where he said that there was at one point he got a phone call asking if he wanted to make an appearance on Celebrity Rehab, and he told them, "Is like, I don't have an addiction problem. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't have a problem." And they said that they were more than willing to pay him for him to come in and pretend like he had a life like a fucking drug problem.
Oh, for fuck's
Is it-
sake.
Right. And so he's just like, they were more than willing to pay me money just for me to potentially ruin my life and my career.
You tell everybody I'm
You know-
a junkie.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I wonder how many people that went to celebrity rehab or actually had problems. Do you think that Jeff Conway guy was really that bad?
Jeff Conway?
Or the guy from Taxi that looked like
Yeah,
Bon Jovi?
Yeah. I mean, I think anybody who looks like Bon Jovi probably has some sort of addiction.
Yeah. Bon Jovi's the nastiest man in the world, but everyone thinks he's a nice guy, so we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, you can't really talk shit about someone and expect a positive feedback when they're like not only a national icon but an icon of their state.
And they're beloved.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah, my lifetime, it's reverse. Everybody tells me somebody's an asshole. They're the nicest person I've ever met. And everybody tells me how great these guys are. Worst people in the world. Every time. Never fails.
It is bizarre how that works.
And, I talk to delivery drivers because I give them good tips. I go, say a good tip? Because I don't know. I don't know what else to say to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the other thing is, too, I'm not letting my food sit outside.
Yeah, you're just begging to get that shit stolen.
Not from people, but like raccoons.
That too.
We got all kinds of rattlesnakes and shit out here. I don't want them coming to get the food.
The rattlesnake comes in and just grabs your Burger King bag and slithers away.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, like a giant anaconda sitting there chomping on my fries. So I know I'm weird. I still like to talk to people. I know everybody else is scared of the DoorDash driver.
I don't know, man. I've met some weirdos that do DoorDash.
And like literally, people will sit behind their window and wait for the guy to get in his car and leave before they'll open that door. They're so scared. And yeah, we're not getting society's finest door dashing. These are people that cannot find work anywhere.
No.
This is the last straw. This is our last hope of employment. But I always go, who tips the best? I bet you like coming out to the rich part of town here. And he goes, no, not really.
No.
The tips are way better in the trailer park than they are here. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
No, when you deliver for rich people, they never fucking tip you good at all. I'll give you one fucking example. When I used to deliver for Jimmy John's in downtown Seattle, we would deliver Jimmy John's on a bike in Seattle.
Fuck.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
So when it wasn't raining, it was actually a great time. But when it was raining, I hated my life. And so I would deliver sandwiches to like these fucking big ass corporate buildings that were these skyscrapers, where I would like walk in and say like, yeah, I need to go to such and such with this company. And they'd be like, yeah, you need to go to floor 15. And I'd go to floor 15, go up to floor 15, go to the receptionist and say, yeah, I need to talk to such and such. He's like, yeah, just wait over there. And I just go over to the waiting room, and of course it's just nothing but fucking windows, just overseeing the entire fucking city. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Just a giant dick swinging fuck you window. And this fucking dude in a suit comes out, and I give him his sandwich. And keep in mind, it's pissing rain. I walk in looking like a drowned rat. Your sandwich is dry, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. And I give him the sandwich, and he just goes, thanks, and he gives me $1.
Oh, you cocksucker.
This happened every time.
I think every time.
Yes.
So you're out making what now? $6 an hour?
Oh no,
on a
in downtown.
bike?
Oh no, in downtown Seattle, I was actually making some pretty decent money, but I was also living in downtown Seattle, so it didn't mean jack shit.
It's the same. You're still fucking broke as fuck.
Exactly. I'm basically broke. Yeah.
I'm rich in my hometown where I can't make this kind of money. You're going to make the
Right.
same amount of money no matter what. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
We really are stuck in a rut in a society.
Yeah. But that tends to happen when your economy goes to shit.
What economy do we have? We don't sell nothing.
Well, I guess that's what Trump is trying to fix, allegedly.
You know, I drive up and down in Vegas, and I'm one of these people that don't work. But nobody
Yeah.
seems to work, but everybody seems to have a lot of money.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how that works?
And it must be from the stock market.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the homeless people that somehow end up having money to get drugs are really good at stockbrokering. I'm sure all those squatters that are cashing in those welfare checks are real good at the stock market. Just saying.
No, I'm just talking about the people that live in luxurious $1 million homes and seem not to work.
Okay, I gotcha. I thought you
Yeah,
meant like bums, like people who just straight up don't work. You're talking about people who don't work because they don't have to.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
A lot of
okay.
There's a lot of just wealth everywhere, but it's nobody can tell me where it comes from.
I hate to tell you this, Johnny, but we're peasants. I don't know if you noticed.
Yes, I know. And that's the life I want people to know that I have, and that's fine because you know what? Nobody ever asked me for nothing.
Yeah, because you're a peasant. Nobody asks anything of a peasant because you don't have any money.
Yeah, you want to get rid of some friends? Tell them you have no place to live. They will never call you again.
Yeah, tell them you don't have a place to live. Tell them you don't have a car. And
the people you never want to hang out with again, tell them you're broke and see if they come to your rescue.
yeah, exactly.
No, one day you're going to worry. It hit me. It took me a while to figure it out. But nobody gives a fuck about my problems.
Took you this long to figure that out?
I'm a man. Nobody gives a shit about me. It took a long time. I've gone Facebook. I'm kind of sad today, not feeling very good. And they're like, what are you, queer? That day I learned how to be a man. Or I know how to pretend to be.
Yeah, you know the rituals. You know how to puff out your chest and shit.
Yeah, I got to put a clone on and stuff, I guess. I don't know.
I learned how to shave and tie a tie and all that stupid shit.
And I am on this no shower kick, day 10.
What is it with you and not taking a shower? Are you getting paid to like not take a shower? Or are you just doing it for shits and giggles?
I just do not have the energy to stand up that long.
Are you telling me that you need a fucking like a shower stool like an old lady?
Yeah, I got to get one of those put in.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
I'm not. I fell down the other night in the shower.
No fucking way.
Yeah, and I'm scared of it now. I'm scared of my shower.
Get a bath mat. Get one of those fucking bath mats that like suction cup to the bottom or something.
Yeah, the other thing too I'm thinking about as I'm laying there in the tub after I smashed in the back of my head. Maybe I'm not got that silly. I haven't really been right the last couple of weeks, to be honest with you. Why is everything in the bathroom slippery? Why have we not figured that out yet?
Well, the point of it is so that it makes it easier to clean up water. That's the point of the surfaces.
But linoleum floor is like fucking ice skates when you get out of the shower.
Yes.
I've biffed that way too, like Scooby Doo one night. I remember that. My legs were just going. Bam! Fell down again. There was a chick coming over. I wake up the next day. I'm naked in my bathroom. Like 65 missed calls. Why aren't you opening your door? And today I almost slipped again. I'm like, why do we put the slipperiest surfaces in the bathroom where our
So,
feet are
hey.
wet to begin with?
Because you need to buy bathroom mats.
Well, tomorrow, bathroom mats, #1 priority.
Yes. Go order some on Amazon.
There's got to be some non-stick surface, though. You know what I mean? We got to invent something better for the bathrooms.
There fucking is. You just need to look.
To a point where I'm so mentally scared of taking a shower. I've
Yes,
got 10 days.
That's what I mean. It's like there are options. You have options. Like I said, you could get a fucking shower stool like an old lady if you're really that fucking scared, or you could just get a fucking mat that you put down in the shower. There's some that are like, you know, like this like microfiber plastic shit that feels like you're standing on grass, but it's like suction cupped to the bottom of your tub so you don't slip. Like there's cool shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking of something here that might work. How about like a, when they do them stunts and they put them harnesses on and click them onto
Yeah.
the thing? Maybe a harness for your tub.
So you want to hang there like a baby in one of those fucking onesie straddle things.
Yeah.
So how are you going to clean yourself if you're strapped?
That's right. You're gonna have strap issues.
Yeah. How are you going to clean yourself if you're covered in straps?
All right. Well, this shark thing ain't gonna happen. Shark Tank thing ain't gonna happen then.
Yeah, maybe not this idea for the sharks, but AdamandEve.com, maybe.
I'm just thinking there's got to be some kind of non-stick surface that's not slippery when it's wet, like Bon Jovi. Good callback there.
Yeah, that is a good callback, actually.
So get on that, nerds.
I'm sure someone has invented it by now.
I'm just going to look it up and go buy the company and tell it'd be like Elon and make everybody think I invented it.
Or you could just sell the idea for like $1 million and call it a day.
Like the guy from Apple. What's his Jobs? Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, he's brilliant. He's not brilliant. There was 8 guys sitting at a table, and he goes, "I want you to put music in this box. Get to work." Make it sound like he was.
That was a Bill Burr bit.
Was it really?
Yeah, he said that on a talk show.
Oh, fuck! Now I'm stealing material.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Glitter Bomb. Fuck you. You're turning me into a hack comedian. I'm stealing bits now, I guess.
As much as I would like to give you shit for it, I have said shit in the past that I could have sworn I came up with myself, and then later on I'm just like, oh fuck, I stole that from a TV show. You know?
I hate when you're watching the show and you're like, all right, was that before or after mine?
Yeah. I could have sworn I made up that goddamn joke. Who the fuck has been spying on me?
I got a couple of musician buddies too. They'll play me a song. I'm like, well, yeah, that's Alice in Chains. And he just looked at me and he go, "Ah, fuck, it is. That is. Yep. Oh, I didn't even fucking realize that." You're like, "Yeah, it's totally an Alice in Chains song, dude. You ripped him off." I didn't intentionally rip him off. There's only 7 notes.
Yeah, it happens a lot. That happens to me more often than I like to admit. Whenever I try to come up with a guitar riff, and I show it to my dad every time, and he's the one that always jumps on that shit immediately. Or he's just like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like Black Sabbath." It's like, ah, fuck, you're right.
Fuck.
Yeah. Or it's every fucking time. It's like, why? I mean, it makes sense why, because I learned how to play those songs, but why is it that every time I try to come up with something, it just sounds like that?
I had that in the womb. They stole it from me.
They took it from my brain when I was in the womb.
It's tough doing anything original in 2025.
Actually, I've I don't remember if I've talked about this guy on the show before, but have I ever told you about Unknown Hinson?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, yeah, he's have you ever looked him up or what his shtick is?
Yep.
Yeah. The thing that I love about it, his shtick is, for one, he looks like a vampire Elvis, which sure, why not? But his entire thing is that he is the king of country western troubadours and self-proclaimed inventor of country western music. And he says this by saying that he actually invented the first country song ever, but then all of these country legends formed a conspiracy to throw him in jail. And now he's out of jail to reclaim his right as the king of country music. And
Is he
like,
still? He's not
he's
still alive, is he?
Oh yeah, I mean he's old as hell, but yeah, he's still alive.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and one of my favorites things that he said that fucking kills me was he has claimed many times that he has sold more records than Elvis and the Beatles and the Rolling Stones combined. and every time someone brings that up to him, he's like, "How can you possibly make that claim?" And he goes, "Well, when I was a teenager, I used to work at a record store, and last time I checked, I hadn't heard any of them work at a record store. So technically,
Technically, he sold more records.
yeah, technically, I sold more records than all those guys." It's like, that's fucking brilliant.
Oh, I love them old country boys. They're the best.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
What's that one guy? David Allan Coe.
David Allan Coe's a fucking trip.
I saw a story on him the other day that was hilarious. He one day he woke up. Jesus told him to clean his act up.
Mm-hmm.
So he cut all his hair off, went and got suits, designer shoes, everything. Started doing it, and then he played his first concert, and everybody flipped him off and was throwing beer bottles at him. Well, fuck you, you fucking corporate piece of shit. He goes,
Yep.
That day I went down and bought a wig, burnt all my suits.
Yep.
Once you carve a niche, you're stuck.
Yeah. It's
Like Larry the Cable Guy can't show up in a fine suit and start doing comedy now.
yeah. It's I'm trying to think what's another good one. Do you know Mel Tillis?
Oh yeah, good old Mel's place.
Yeah. He's I'm for those of you who don't know who Mel Tillis is, he is a country singer who, for some reason, he can sing amazingly well, but when he talks, he has a near debilitating stutter. And it's so bizarre because he could sing perfectly, but when he talks, it's literally like when he says his name, it was literally on his tour bus, Mel Tillis. That was on his fucking tour bus. Like, this dude leaned into this shit so goddamn hard, and I loved it. But there was a story that he told that was fucking hilarious. Where it was him, Johnny Paycheck, and some other country guy. It might have been Roy Orbison. I don't remember who, but they were on tour and they rented out a motel. And they got some rooms, and so then they just went over to Roy's room to hang out for a little bit. And so Roy says, "All right, well, I'm gonna go take a bath." And he goes into the bathroom, and Johnny says, "All right, well, I'm gonna go get some smokes. I'll be back." And so he goes and he leaves. And so then Mel just says he just sat there in the living room just watching TV, minding his own business. And then about 15 minutes later or so, all of a sudden, the window to the motel just opens. And someone is trying to climb inside. And Mel, because he can't talk. You know, he can't like because he can't like properly talk to try and get shit out. He thought on the fly, and he started to sing immediately, and he went, Roy, someone's in the building, someone's trying to get in, like he's singing to him like, get the fuck out here, and it was Johnny.
Oh, look at Johnny Paycheck.
Yeah, Johnny Paycheck crawled in through the window, and Mel was like, what the fuck are you doing? And Johnny said, I forgot my keys.
I literally just watched a clip of Johnny Paycheck when he had to play a concert at the Dukes of Hazzard, the Boar's Nest.
Yeah.
And he says, we want you to play another day. And Johnny Paycheck says, I ain't playing again for free. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. That's the greatest song ever.
It is. It really is. It's got to be up there for best country song ever made.
It's just like, I want to get fired, but I want to go on in a blaze of glory. I've never been fired in a proper way. They always call me and say, yeah, don't come in today. I never got to tell the customers to go fuck themselves. You know what I mean? I never got that last day where I could fucking tell. I've never quit a job. I always get fired.
Oh, I've quit jobs before, and it does kind of suck, but it is a great feeling at the same time, because on your last day, you really can just sit there, cross your arms, and do fuck all. You just sit there like, the fuck are you gonna do? Send me
Fire
home?
me?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Ooh.
Fire me? Send me home? Okay. I don't need that the fucking $50 for today anyway.
The fucking dipshits.
Yeah.
I hate too when they fire you, but they don't tell you till after your shift is over, so they get one more fucking day out of you.
I've never had that happen to me, but I have heard of that shit, and that is such a scumbag move.
Yeah, I got fired like that after getting fired for sexual harassment. Imagine that.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what did you do? But do I really want to know?
I didn't. This lady was old. I was 16 years old, and it was a summer job at a car dealership.
Uh-huh.
So this chick was banging the boss.
This old lady?
Yeah, she's maybe 50. I mean, I'd bang her now, but when I was a kid, no way. She's hot for an old lady, you know what I mean?
Okay, sure.
But she had a job where it was all guys. You know, we'd wash cars and move cars around all day, and it was just all guys and then her.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd talk guy shit.
Sure.
I never sexually harassed her personally. I called her a C word one day because she made me angry, but I didn't never like, hey baby, you want to fuck you? You know what I mean?
So you just called her the C word, and she accused you of sexual harassment?
Yeah. She accused every man that worked there of sexual harassment. Got awarded $800,000.
What the fuck?
And the condition was that they had to fire the whole crew on auction day. Because that's when we worked the hardest. Well, they made us work the hardest all. We had to get up, wash all the cars, and then drive them to the auction.
Yeah.
Like a 14-hour day. We finally get back, going to clock out. Oh, we need to see you. And I'm like, you cocksuckers. Like, when did you know you were going to fire me? A couple days ago. I'm like, why the... You fucking dirty fuck. I should kill you right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said quitting a job kind of sucks, because they're going to throw that shit at you. But, yeah, there's a... I mean, I can't believe that they let her get away with $800,000 and firing you guys. I don't know about you. I'm not a fucking lawyer, but I would have gone with, listen, you either take the money or I fire them. Pick.
Well, she had originally sued him for $8 million.
Oh, they talked him down.
Talked him down 90%.
Yeah, it's the 90%. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, because the guy that owned the dealership was fucking her too. So they got her. They got him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But she hated us. We hated her, and she hated us so much. She got one guy worked there for like 27 years. The sweetest guy ever. Didn't even say one word to this lady. Got fired. You know, like that man was broken and crying.
Oh,
Like you don't understand the amount of damage that you inflict on people when you're mean.
you really don't. There are some people that don't care.
I mean, I went to a thing with my friend this weekend. I'm not going to mention what it was, but it fucked him up bad.
Was it something you did?
No. Something that somebody's
okay.
doing to him, and
Gotcha.
And they weren't even doing it to him, but they mentioned they were going to do it to him. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Right,
like
just
when you have
the potential of it is still fucking with him.
yeah. I mean, there's still it's a massive potential. You know what I mean? Of fucking this
Right.
guy up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I'm trying to think how other ways I've felt. It's like when you're at work and your chick texts you, "Hey, when you get off work, we need to talk," and you're like, I got 7 more hours worth of fucking work today. Why would you do that to me?
Yeah.
And then you're all day. You're like, did she catch me doing this? What she said? What's the problem? And then she just wanted to plan a surprise party for one of her girlfriends. And you're like, what? You fucked me. You literally put me in a stress hole for 7 straight hours. I couldn't do my job correctly.
My neck is so fucking tense now, and now all the pain has reverted to my brain.
Yeah, and I just got to break up with you. I can't have another day like this.
Tell you what, you could throw the party here. You could party as long as you want, because as soon as you're done, you're packing up your shit.
You stress us out all day for something that could have been taken care of in a text. That same moment. I hate people. You know, being alone has really taught me one thing. Being alone is where it's at.
Why do you think I fucked off to butt fuck nowhere, man? It's the best.
I thinking about getting out of Vegas and just getting a cabin like in Montana or something. I can't handle the people anymore. It's too much.
I will say there are some choice pieces in Montana where you can get a decent chunk of land for pretty cheap compared to most other places. However, you are going to get used to seeing butt fuck nothing, and I do mean nothing but sky and flatland as far as you can see.
Yeah, I know. I like being surrounded by people, but just my kind of people. You know what I mean? I want to like maybe make a place where just people like me hang out.
So you want to make a compound?
I do. I want to be a cult leader. I really do.
Yeah,
I got the time. I got the money.
Yeah, hypothetically speaking, being a cult leader does sound kind of fun.
You just make rules and get laid all day, and they got to listen to you.
Yeah, and if you really want to get wacky with it, you can throw a god complex into it, make it real fun.
I love it. Every member must lick one testicle before 3 p.m. every day.
Yeah, and then if your cult is real successful, you get recognized as a legitimate religion, which means you don't pay taxes.
Unbelievable.
Actually, me and my brother looked into it. Do you know what you have to do in order to request to be recognized as a religion?
I think you just got to some paperwork, don't you? File,
Yeah,
not fail.
Well, yeah, you just have to file some paperwork, and basically all you have to do is first off explain what your religion is and what it is that you believe. But you need to have your signature as well as at least 10 more signatures of other people who believe the same thing as you.
That's Opie from Opie and Anthony. His dad did that.
Yeah, it's that easy.
Opie used to talk about his dad. They had church every Sunday at their house. And he didn't understand why until he started doing his own taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to start a religion. I think next week we'll come up with a good religion. How do you start one? Like 10 Commandments?
Well, I think. Well, the
Those
10
shall not
Commandments
light
are. Well,
burnt one
I
ends.
mean. Oh, so you just want to make rules for weed and nothing else? You're not talking about moral standpoint.
Well, we'll get to that, but we got to get to the passing down, counterclockwise, clockwise.
No, the rule
We-
is puff, puff, give, pass to the left. That's how it's always been.
That's why they call them left-handers.
Yes.
I don't know. I think the marijuana culture is kind of gone. I think it's over. You know what I mean? It's not cool anymore like it used to be. It's just like, whatever.
Well, you
know, just-
say that it's not cool anymore, but I think that's exactly the problem. We did eventually get cool, and by cool I mean it became popular because now over half of the states in this country have legalized marijuana, at least medically. And so now you have fucking Twitch streamers where their entire thing is like, hey, I'm gonna get stupid high, you wanna watch? And it's gotten to the point where everybody's realized that weed doesn't make you fucking retarded unless you do retarded shit. You know?
Exactly. I remember when I first started doing the weed show, and it was like, aren't you scared the cops are going to come get you? I'm like, well,
no,
there's
they didn't have the technology back then. But
there's a possibility, yeah. I mean, there was a possibility. I mean, people got thrown in jail for developing pictures with bongs in them at the at the Walgreens back in the
True.
day.
Yeah.
I always want to know the guy that did the CP and went to Walgreens and had them deliver. Is like not thinking he was going to get busted.
Yeah, that's I remember that happening a lot when I was a kid, seeing that on the news and shit. And just like even when I was a kid, I was like, "Are you fucking stupid?" Like, what?
If you're going to do illegal shit, maybe invest in a dark room. It's not that hard. 3 chemicals and 3 trays.
I don't know.
Some
Back
paper.
then it might have been kind of expensive and difficult because that shit was dying off.
That's true. That's true. Like they would do illegal shit constantly, and the guy developing the film would call the cops on you.
Oh, speaking of stealing shit, I know a dude I went to high school with. Him and his buddies would steal cigarettes from stores, and what they would do was they would pick out whichever one in the group was the fastest, and they would go up to the counter and ask for some cigarettes. So they'd grab the cigarettes and put it on the counter, and then when they ask for like, "Can I see your ID?" he just takes the cigarettes and runs, right? So they chase after him. But then right when they chase after him, that's when 3 or 4 of them just bum rush the counter, grab cigarettes, and run. And I'm just like, one, that is brilliant because if you're going to do it, you might as well go all in and grab as many as you can. But B, you're fucking stupid because there is no way a camera didn't see you do that shit. Yeah,
Well, it's brilliant.
yeah.
Oh God, it's brilliant.
Yeah. and then
Cigarettes are expensive.
Yeah. When I was living in Seattle, I carried around cigarettes on me even before I started smoking cigarettes because it was like its own fucking form of currency. I've literally had people cover shifts for me because I was just like, "Hey, man, can you cover this shift for me? You get to have my tips." And they're like, I don't know. I'll throw in a pack of smokes at $10. They're like, "Yeah, all right.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do the smokes. Yep.
Yeah, I'll do it for the smokes."
It's really gotten out of hand. The price of cigarettes, it's just stupid.
Well, yeah,
$14.50 here in Las Vegas for a pack of Marlboros.
Jesus Christ, man! And I thought it was fucking ridiculous out here.
And so, like, I want to make a trip to Utah, where they're almost half the price.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure weed is not legal in Utah.
No, I'm gonna get in, get the smokes, and get the fuck out.
just load up the trunk with cigarettes like the old days.
And it's like, you just pay the $14, probably, but in principle, I'll be paying $8 a pack. That's $6 a pack. That's $60 a carton savings. Times that
also,
by 4.
You also got to think about how much money you're burning in gas.
That's true. Both my cars get about 8 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, so probably you're probably not saving any money in the long run.
I love stupid people like that. Yeah, but it costs you this much to do it. Yeah, but we got it for free. Yeah, but like you could have got it just for half the price if you would have bought it in the same 10 days.
I know my mom was like that, and it would drive me fucking crazy because she would just be like, "No, if I cross the state line into Idaho, then the gas will be cheaper." I'm like, "Yeah, but you still have to go cross the state line to get the gas and then drive home. You're still wasting fucking gas. Like it's."
You're wasting money.
Yes, you're literally wasting money to try and save money. You make no goddamn sense.
Oh God, I know. I know people like that. I'm like that sometimes, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Maybe if I buy 8 pounds of marijuana, it'll be cheap. Well, yeah, it'll be a lot cheaper. What are you going to do? It's going to go bad by the time you smoke it all.
Yeah, and then when it gets real bad, it'll just make you sick.
Make you sick, and then your tolerance level when you start smoking the same weed every day sucks.
Yeah, it's like I don't know about you, but there are some times when I wake up and I just smoke a cigarette right away, and I don't know what it is, but I just feel like death itself just passed through me. And I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? It happens every so often. Not all the time, but every once in a while, that morning cigarette just fucking kills me.
Yeah, I got the sometimes I wake up and like, oh no, I can't breathe today. Great. I gotta get all this. I gotta get that smoke in so I can start coughing.
You gotta get an asthma inhaler.
And then, I got it back right now as I'm thinking about it. You can hear it.
I can definitely hear it now.
Yeah, now it's back. Thanks. Psychosomatic. It was gone for a long time. Now it's back.
May I recommend something that you could try? This is a white trash method for you. So I'm assuming that you at least have a sink that you can plug.
Well, of course.
Okay, good. So you have passed the first test of being white trash. You have a sink.
Are you garbage?
Yeah. All right. How big is your bathroom?
Where I'm at currently in the pool house, it's very small.
Good. Okay. So
like the size of an RV bathroom, basically. You got the
okay,
and it's slippery.
So I'm assuming it has a shower and not a bath.
Yeah, it's a stand-up shower.
Okay. So what you do is you basically close the room and you put a towel down to block it from the bottom. And you turn on the water and you wait until it's like steaming hot. And then you plug up the sink and you fill it up as much as you can. And once it's full, then you just inhale the steam.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. And
like a
if you
spritz.
have yeah, and you just kind of sit there, and that's really good for if you have a fucking cold or a really bad cough. If you just inhale steam, that kind of helps you. Also, if you have a bathroom that has a bath, that's way better too, because you can just fill that whole bath full of steaming hot water, and it just fills the whole bathroom with steam, and it's just a good time.
Yeah, I didn't go down to the gym and hit the steamer.
Oh, the saunas? Yeah, saunas are nice.
Yeah, last time, though, a guy grabbed my thigh, so I kind of stopped going there.
Yeah, public saunas are kind of weird.
I didn't know, there's a lot of places where gay guys go and do things, and I don't know about them until I end up there. and it makes me uncomfortable.
Have you never listened to the song YMCA by the Village People?
Yeah, but I mean, the fucking Planet Fitness. You think that would go on at Planet Fitness? No, but yes, it does. At night. See, that's the problem. I do everything at night, and that's where all the weirdos are out.
Of course.
Which makes me a weirdo too, I guess. But
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, Johnny. I figured you would have known that by now, but technically we are weirdos.
yeah, I didn't know Planet Fitness at 3:00 in the morning turned into a fucking gay club where guys are blowing each other in the sauna.
You live in a state where prostitution is legal.
And then another guy comes sits next to me and grabs my. I'm like, all right, that's enough. I'm canceling my membership. No more $9.95 from me, you sons of bitches.
Something else. I'm assuming that I know that you're in your bathhouse, but I'm assuming that in your actual house you do have a bathroom with a bathtub.
Yeah, a giant one. I got a whirlpool tub.
Nice. Okay, so what I would recommend then is, if you can, go to like a Walmart or a Walgreens or something like that, and get yourself a bag of Epsom salts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get a cup of Epsom salts, throw that shit into your bath, and you just soak in that for pretty much as long as you can stand, and that is so fucking good for your skin, and you'll just feel so much better.
Yeah, I think my nylons will look better too once my skin is soft, not so grizzly.
Yeah. It's for that, but it's also good for getting toxins out of your skin. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've been told. So,
yeah, it's some of the stuff actually does work. I always go, it doesn't work, and then it does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a great, I woke up today up the street. Let me see if okay, finally have it. And why are you doing this to me? Sorry, I'm talking to the board.
I was going to say, what did I do? I was just sitting here.
I'm just talking. I'm being nice. This
I'm
is
trying
what
to
happened
carry
today
the show here.
in Las Vegas, up the street from my house.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I woke up real early today.
I'm announcing
fucking
today
300
we will
fire
take the
trucks.
billions and billions.
Why are we blowing up Teslas?
I mean, because the terrorists that tried to do it in front of Trump Tower didn't do a good enough job.
I mean, what? I give up. I really do give up living in this country. I hate Democrats now.
Welcome to the
Left
club.
wingers. I can't stand.
I'm sorry it took you this long, but welcome to the club.
What a bunch of C words. We're on YouTube, so that's why I'm not saying the word. I'm not like some. I just don't want to get kicked off YouTube. All right, we got problems over there. Whew, boy, I ruffled some fucking feathers this week. Oh boy. Thank God we didn't put it on this channel.
Yeah, thank God.
The Johnny Cush YouTube channel is probably going to be gone within the next 24 hours. That was the backup channel in case this one got in trouble. Well, that one is in serious trouble right now.
Yeah, how the fuck did you manage to get the backup channel taken down before the actual channel? That's impressive.
It really is. It's every time I put a video up, and if it hits, like if over 300 people watch it, I'm fucked.
Yep.
Every time. 1,000 people watch my show. No, you're not doing this no more here. Well, what did I do, Twitter? Oh God. Why blow up Teslas? It doesn't make any sense to me.
No, there's a lot of protests that don't make a lot of sense to me either, and that's just another fucking example of it. It's what's the phrase? It's you're trying to fight a giant, and you think that the best way to do that is by kicking its feet. That's all you're doing. You know what I mean?
What these people don't understand, Elon Musk didn't pay the money for that dealership to be built. An individual paid to sell Teslas.
Yeah, you're not fucking over Elon Musk. You're just fucking over the dude that owns that dealership. And now there's going to be people that have to work a shitload to try and repair. Well, no, they're probably not repairing that shit. They're just going to replace it. But you get what I mean.
Yeah, no, I mean, the whole lot has to be cleaned.
Yeah.
Doing that. You
Yeah,
just,
and all-
you know how many people build Teslas, by the way? Do you know how many people are involved with great wages that are building Teslas right now?
Not specifically.
The only fully American-made company who's basically just getting chips. Everything else is manufactured here. Unlike every other car company, literally what he's doing is a great thing. He's got everybody in Texas that works there loves it. Benefits, high wages, building the greatest car ever. And now just because Trump's president and he's finding some waste, we're going to blow it up? Why?
I think you might be hanging out on Rumble a little too long, man. You're starting to swing things in a different direction that I'm not expecting here.
Me too. Burning people's personal property to piss somebody else off. That fire today in Las Vegas did nothing to Elon's pocketbook whatsoever.
No, I literally have this argument with a friend of mine who's an Aussie, and he has problems with his internet. And I joke with him all the time that he has a wallaby on a giant hamster wheel powering his router. And I tell him all the time, he's like, hey man, you should just get fucking Starlink. Why the hell not? It's literally designed for people like you who live in a fucking desert. You know?
No shit.
And he goes like, yeah, I've been thinking about it, but I just really don't want to give that guy any money. I'm like, do you understand how much money that dude has? Do you really think he's going to give a single fuck if you paid for the 24/7 deluxe cocksucker premium? Do you really think he gives a fuck? Do you really think he'll notice?
No.
Who gives a fuck?
Oh, fucking pause. It says nice.
Yeah, let's roast some s'mores over the Teslas.
It makes the thing that drives me wild. I know that it did this probably on this before, and I keep saying it, but the people that bought Teslas were left-wing Democrats that own the Teslas. They still are.
That's the wildest fucking thing to me. Is I remember when I was a kid, the Democrats are the ones that were all about electric cars and alternative fuel and shit like that, and the Republicans were always just like, ugh, electric car? What are you, gay?
I remember every post about electric car. I ain't fucking driving that shit.
Yes, exactly. But now it's fucking reversed, where a Republican president literally bought an electric car, and all of the Democrats are like, fuck you.
It blows my mind. You're literally attacking your own people.
Yes. These people were literally on your side at one point, and all you did was just push them away.
And I sit and I wonder, I'm like, what drives these kids this crazy? And then I sat and watched MSNBC last night for a little bit.
Because you lost your remote.
Because we lost our remote. And they are just straight up lying.
Yep.
Telling you that these people are Nazis and racists and don't love anybody and are here to get you. And I fell into it.
Yes, you did.
But then I'm like, this is crazy. When you start burning your own people.
Yeah.
I finally figured out that you're fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's that's why I tell people I describe myself as a moderate conservative, because when it really boils down to it, I would say I'm a conservative, but I also smoke weed. You know what I mean? So I'm just
Well,
like, if I'm a conservative, then I'd be a fucking hypocrite because I smoke weed and I think weed should be legal. But I also think that guns are good and people should have access to them. You know what I mean?
absolutely. I've been a libertarian my whole life. I always will be. I won't change that. And, being labeled a Republican now because of my libertarian beliefs now, it really kind of affects me a little bit.
It also doesn't help that there are members of the Libertarian Party that are kind of jokes.
The whole party's a joke. I found
Yes,
that
it
out
is.
this year, too.
Yeah. I think
like-
I think my favorite member of the Libertarian Party who ran for president was Vermin Supreme.
Yes.
I love Vermin Supreme. I would have legitimately voted for him if I was able to vote when he was running for president. That dude was fucking hilarious.
I mean, they had Gary Johnson for 8 years running.
Mm-hmm.
And, at the very end, we found out he was a fucking moron.
Yeah, because he's in the fucking Libertarian Party.
And it's just a bunch of losers collecting money from other losers.
Yes.
But I still lean libertarian in the way I think. I think we should be able to all do what the fuck we want as long as we don't harm others. It's pretty simple life theory. I don't know.
Yeah. And I will always hate the Libertarians for stealing the "Don't Tread on Me" flag. Because I actually legitimately fucking like that flag. That was the original American flag before we got the fucking red, white, and blue. People forgot about that, but anytime anybody sees that, they automatically think libertarian. It's like, no, this flag is actually old as fuck.
Exactly. I don't know, man. I just want weed legalized. Just legalize the fucking weed, and you do whatever the fuck else you want.
It's really that easy.
Biden and Harris, when they were running in 2020, said, day one, we're going to deregulate the marijuana. It's going to be legal. That's the first thing we're going to do. And they didn't do shit.
Oh,
Liars.
yeah, sure. The woman who single-handedly prosecuted dozens upon dozens of young black men for weed charges. She's going to change her stance on legalizing weed? Sure.
And then went home and smoked with Montel Williams. Look at how things are just coming around. The weave is working.
Oh, yeah.
Montel Williams. She'd go home and smoke weed with Montel Williams after throwing guys in jail for weed.
Yep.
Phony. She was so phony. She was so bad.
She was getting rid of the evidence. And they was like, well, where's the evidence? Oh, he smoked it. Well, that makes sense.
In the beginning, I'm like, all right, 2024, here we go. Libertarian Party, let's go. Let's get some guys that people know. Slam dunk, we can finally do it. This is our time.
Nope.
I mean, look at the candidates. We got some lying bitch and some fucking weirdo orange guy. Does nothing but cause chaos. Even when he wasn't president, he caused chaos every day.
Yeah.
God, I wish he'd just go away and play golf and leave us alone.
He's literally the president. He has shit to do.
This would have been the year that if they would have put a Jesse Ventura or anybody with a name, anybody, they could have put The Rock in and would have killed those guys.
You're telling me that if they elected Jesse Ventura to run for president as a libertarian, he could have won?
No. He wouldn't have won, but we would have had a fucking seat at the table finally. You know what I'm saying?
we would have gotten close.
We would have ruffled enough feathers to get some shit changed.
I don't know. I don't know if Jesse Ventura as president would be... That would be the start of some Mountain Dew Camacho shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
If Jesse Ventura was president.
I agree 100% with everything Jesse Ventura says.
I mean, the dude is obviously fucking crazy, but there is some things that he says that I really can't really disagree with him on.
The best thing he ever said is why are you spending $1 billion on a job that only pays $170,000 a year. Tell me that now.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I'm like, yeah, why are they doing that? That seems awful stupid.
Yeah, it's well, there's another thing I saw him do. It looked like he was speaking in front of some sort of like it was in front of Congress or some sort of local government or something. I don't remember. But he was basically telling a story about, because he was a Vietnam vet and he got drafted into Vietnam when he was a young kid, and I think he said he served 2 tours in Vietnam, and then when he came back, he was home for about 2 weeks, and then he went back to the recruiter's office and said, "I want to go back." And they were just like, "What? You can't, no, we can't just send you back. What do you mean you want to go back? Why do you want to go back?" And he said, "Because over there, I was a man. I was a soldier. Over here, I can't buy a beer. I can't vote. I can't have a say in what my country is telling me to do." You know, it's like, so what you're telling me is that if I can't vote, I can't go and get a beer, and there are so many of these other things that, like, I can't go and get a loan, like I can't go and do all of these things, but it's enough for me to sign up my name and send me off to Vietnam to go and die. So what you're telling me is we send children to war.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
I still can't believe to this day. I know we've had this conversation before, but if somebody, the government goes, "Yeah, you're going to go to Vietnam tomorrow and fight," you know, like, no, I'm not.
Well, it's either that or they throw you in jail.
I'll take the jail.
Same. But that's only with hindsight, and I know how shitty Vietnam was. So yeah, I would take the jail.
Yeah. Maybe if I didn't see all the Vietnam movies, I'd have a
Yeah,
different perspective in life.
Yeah, and also the footage that they played on the news. You know, it's like, no, I'd rather go to jail. Throw me to jail.
Yeah. I'll live in Canada.
Yeah, that was.
I want to see. I want to see him get the draft tomorrow, and start grabbing 18-year-old kids that just graduate high school this spring, and see how many are going to go.
Yeah,
all these dudes with perms,
shaving them off.
Why is every dude under the age of 21 have a perm?
I don't know, man. That's a generational thing, and that's like 2 generations below me. I have no fucking clue, man. The only thing I can really think of is that there seems to be a reoccurring thing where Gen Alpha or Gen Z, whatever the fuck it's called, I don't know. Like, they keep doing shit that people used to do in the 80s, like getting perms and like wearing denim jackets and shit. Is like what the fuck? Mullets, yeah, mullets. They're bringing mullets back for some fucking reason, and
permed mullets.
Yeah, permed mullets, and also there are fucking kids, like actual children, playing Dungeons and Dragons now.
What?
Yes, there are kids that fucking listen to like Dungeons and Dragons podcasts.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like, what the fuck is happening?
It just seems like Reagan and Trump really seem kind of similar.
Yes.
Like Reagan, too. Every day they had to tell you what Reagan was doing. Every day.
Mm-hmm. Same with Trump.
And Trump. Like Obama, I didn't hear a fucking thing that happened.
Yeah, except when he killed bin Laden. That was kind of big news.
That's big news. Tell me one guy in his cabinet.
Joe Biden.
Okay, that's pretty easy. But like, I could name every cabinet member. I know everything about every person in the White House now. I never knew that before.
Yeah.
I didn't know who the Secretary of fucking Agriculture was.
Wait, you're telling me that this bitch is in charge of food?
Huh? Sure, that's a good choice.
Did I
know.
vote for her?
It's just too much information, and they
It
both
is,
lie. Both
It
sides
is,
are lying.
man. Yes. That's why I just stay out of it and let the dice roll. And that's something that blows my Aussie friends' brains all the time when I tell them that I don't vote at all. Because I guess that's not really a thing in Australia. If I remember correctly, in Australia, how it works is that when you turn 18, at any point in your life, if you want to vote, you have to go and register to vote. You know, like they make us do.
Mhm.
But they don't make you do it when you turn 18 like we do. That's just a choice. We're like, okay, I want to vote. It's like, okay, sure, you go and register. But when voting day comes, you have to vote. Like, you have to show up and vote. Because if you don't, then they arrest you.
Well, that's a good way to
And-
get a good turnout.
Yeah. Yeah. So on one hand, so if you didn't want to vote at all, you just don't register and they leave you alone. But that means you just have no say in what happens, which that's up to you. But it just blows my mind where I'm just like, I just don't vote at all. And it's like, what do you mean? Don't you have to make a choice? And I'm like, no, actually, I do make a choice. It's, you know, in a situation of like a lesser of two evils, and you tell me that I have to pick one, can't I just pick neither? That's a choice.
Yeah,
I
none of the
pick
above.
neither. None of the above. I pick neither.
There's
That's
no
my
need.
choice. Yeah,
I don't. Well, I can't vote anymore. But before then, I didn't vote either.
exactly. It was like, that's my choice. I choose to do nothing.
Most of us have to fucking work.
Yeah.
So, you get up in the morning, the polls are still closed. You finally get off work at 5 o'clock. The polls are open for what, one more hour? If that?
Yeah. I only remember one time I actually told myself, I think it was like right when I turned like 18 or 19 or something like that. It was just like, you know what? I think I'm going to go see what the voting process is like. And I remembered waiting in line, and then going into the booth, and they had that fucking pamphlet of all the people that you were voting for and the list of like all the shit that they stand for. And I was just I didn't even get through like the 5th page before I was eventually just like, you know what? I just instantly stopped caring and I walked the fuck out.
Yeah, there's no reason
Yeah.
to give a
I
shit
don't
anymore.
it's like, I don't fucking care. Whatever the hell you guys are going to do, you're just going to do it anyway. It doesn't matter what the fuck you say.
I'm always going to be in the highest tax bracket
Yes.
because I'm poor. I always have to pay higher interest rates on everything because I forgot to pay some bills.
Yes.
It's just, it sucks. It's just so upside down. Burning Tesla is going to save everybody. Fuck 'em.
Yep. Yeah, because obviously vandalism solves everything.
The day people stop giving money to politicians is the day America changes. That's the only voice you have is your wallet in America. That's it. That's the only voice you can say anything you want. But if people tomorrow stop buying Amazon, Amazon would die.
Yes. It's
your wallet is your only voice anymore in America because it's all about the money.
Yep. That's all it is anymore. But you are correct. That's something I've talked about with people all the time, is that we really need to have that mentality of they can't arrest and kill all of us. That's really all we need to do but that's the thing, is that we just need to have every single person in this country collectively as one just stop. Just stop going to work, stop paying taxes, stop paying for shit. We just all collectively as a people just one day go, fuck you.
My money.
Yeah. But that's only if every single one of us goes, no. You know what I mean?
Well, you've been in workplaces. I've been in workplaces where I go, you know what? Let's just fucking leave today. Tell these, you want to fucking be an asshole to me? And you want me to go out and give me my best after you just told me you chew me up for something I didn't do? Well, fuck you. Let's go. And there's always, everyone's like, yeah, let's do it. And there's always the one guy, no, I really need this job. I'm not going to do it. Well, okay, well, we'll just keep our pay at the same and keep working this shitty job every day, asshole. There's always the one guy. No, I can't do it. I got a family.
Well, yeah, if the dude's got a family, then yeah, that's his obligation. It doesn't matter anymore.
But if your whole entire factory leaves, walks out, you're not going to replace 300 people. It's going to take you months, and cost you more. Like you were saying.
Yeah.
We no longer have a voice. All we can do is fuck with people's money. That's the only way to be effective.
Yeah. And unfortunately, burning Teslas is not fucking with people's money enough.
No, not even close. This is stupid.
No.
I'm going on record. Elon Musk is not a Nazi.
No, he is not. Even though he did do that gesture, and it doesn't look fucking good, I don't think it is what they say it is.
Okay, well, you know what? I found Bill Burr doing the same gesture.
Yeah, but it's Bill Burr.
Let me find. I wouldn't play, but I have it. Bill Burr doing the same motion with his arms and his hands, and I'm like, is Bill Burr a Nazi? I don't think so.
Actually, there was a thing my dad told me that fucking killed me, and I'm sure you'll find this funny too. But it was a video that he stumbled across where it was like it was like a racist white person arguing against a racist black person about like the superiority of each other's races, and he told me that there was a thing that the white guy did that was hilarious, where he said like, see, even our hand gestures and our symbols are better than yours. And he's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, do your thing, do the black power thing. And so, the black guy like puts his fist in the air, and then he just Sieg Heils and puts his hand over it, says paper beats rock. And I'm just like, see, I mean, that is racist, but that is also fucking hilarious. Like, I can't. That's fucked up, but that is also fucking hilarious. How can you not laugh at that? Like, paper beats rock.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the word Nazi gets thrown around way too liberally anymore.
Yes. Yeah, it has lost all meaning at this point, and it really is a fucking shame because and I'm saying this is just somebody who's done his own personal research into 20th century history, and it's the word Nazi has definitely been watered down and degraded at this point, because it's gotten to the point where people just assume that anybody who was German in World War II was a Nazi. And it was like,
exactly.
No, that's not what fucking happened at all. That's not what happened. That's
like saying everybody in America from 2020 to 2024 was a Democrat.
Exactly. It's like, that's not how it fucking happened, and that's our own damn fault. I don't know if you've ever talked with any of your younger siblings or your younger cousins or anything, but they don't teach you shit in history in American schools, and I think it's by design. But that's a topic for another time.
We talked about this before. They don't teach. I don't know what the fuck they're teaching them in at all.
No,
they don't know how to read. They can't spell. They can't. They've all turned into Johnny Cush. These kids are all dumb.
Yeah, these kids have a Johnny Cush level of intellect, and they are children.
Yep.
These motherfuckers can't even read a clock, for fuck's sake.
No clock. I saw him put a rotary phone in front of a kid, and he's like, "What is this?"
Oh, there is nothing funnier to me than busting out the vinyl, like the fucking turntable and the vinyl records on my little cousins. because it's always just like, now this thing right here and this little black thing here, this plays music. I'm like, no, it doesn't. I'm like, yes, it does. Watch, and just play it for me. Like, how the hell does that work? Magic. It's magic.
I get him the old like Victrola where you have to wind it up.
Yeah, the real fucking turntable, the 1800 shit.
I mean, how fucking smart were those guys back then?
Yeah, man, that was although unfortunately that's another Thomas Edison patent, is the phonograph. But
yeah, I mean, it is. I've seen one of those little suitcase things. You used to be able to bring it to a party, wind it up for like 4.5 hours, and they would play for 3 minutes.
Yeah, and that was before even vinyl records. They used to do that shit. It was like tubes of wax.
Yeah, I mean, they're like thick, and those needles will like literally cut right through you.
Yeah, and the sound quality was fucking awful, but it worked.
Yeah. Come on, my darling. Come on, my darling. Come on, my Clementine. The monster's a megaphone.
Yeah, it really is that thing of like when you hear them make fun of that shit in like Looney Tunes, and you're just like, all you hear is and you're just like, oh, okay. But then you actually hear that being played, and you're just like, god damn, that was actually fucking spot on.
It's great.
Yeah.
And some people will never understand the amount of marimba work that went into Scooby-Doo.
No. There's honestly a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes in TV shows, cartoons, and movies that people just don't really recognize, especially when it comes to audio and music, especially.
Yeah, like a lot of people aren't catching on to AI music, I just found out. They think it's real. It's not real. I mean, I make shit so unreal that you gotta know it's not real, right? I'm a goofer. It's a goof. Everything from me is always going to be a goof. Nothing serious. It's a goof.
Yeah, I think we've passed the point of saying it's a goof as an excuse for some reason.
I know. It makes me sad.
It does. It does make me sad.
And everybody asks me, not a lot of people are listening to your show. I'm going, enough people are listening to the show. I kind of like this right now where it's at.
Yeah.
Because imagine if we were doing 4 million.
Yeah, man.
We wouldn't be able to have any peace in our lives.
No, if we actually had ad reads and we actually had to put in effort into this shit, God, this would be fucking miserable.
It'd be torture.
Yeah.
And everybody that listens to us is cool. Literally, I very rarely get shitty email from anybody. It's all positive and it's all cool. And I don't want to go any farther than this. That's kind of why I'm trying to kill this network when it starts to grow again. It's like I know what content to put up to make people not want to watch me.
Yeah, but the ones that do, they're the ones we want. We
those
don't
are the ones
want
that understand what we're doing.
Right. We don't want everybody. And I think that's the problem that a lot of people have. Well, it's not necessarily a problem. It's just good business sense. Is you want to attract everybody. And that's if you want to make money doing this. So then, yeah. But that's your objective, is to be popular and make money. I'm doing this for shits and giggles because I fucking feel like it.
Yeah, we're just going to, once we do get popular, we are going to quit immediately and just get the residuals from our banked content.
But not before we sell our farewell t-shirts.
Exactly.
Our first and only official merch.
Yeah, so far it's not gone so well with the shoes.
No.
But, we keep swinging.
Hey man, you miss all the shots you don't take.
Absolutely. So we should probably get to the show. We should probably get to the brackets, which everybody's waiting for.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
I was gonna I was really working on the brackets earlier, but I had a little bit of problem with my bathroom.
What, would you crack your fucking head?
Couldn't open the door today.
Oh, were the hinges on the inside?
You sent this earlier.
No, the hinges are not on the inside. Yeah. I mean, I would have done the same thing.
I would have too. I've had that problem in my life.
Yeah, there are
Where
just sometimes where, like, yeah, man, if you've been stuck in there enough time, you eventually just like, all right, I gotta do something or I'm gonna fucking starve.
Yeah, like that guy said he was there till Sunday with nobody there. I'm like, no. Yeah, I'm kicking the fucking door open.
Yep. Yeah, and also, I'm surprised he didn't kick in that door sooner, because if he was pulling or pushing or whatever he was doing with all of his might, and you could hear the door crack or creak, it's like, oh, dude, I could kick that door in so fucking fast.
Especially the bathroom doors. There's nothing to them.
Oh yeah, where the doors are hollow on the inside, and it's just the thinnest pieces of wood made into a thin rectangle. It's like, oh yeah, you could kick that shit down easy.
So yeah, I mean that. Remember we broke a door down in spring break, but that's too long of a story for tonight. We'll save that for another time.
I'll see if I can find this video and send it to you. But it was a video of these cops trying to arrest this guy who had a warrant, and they tried to open the door and the guy wouldn't let him, and he like barricaded it or blocked it or something. So there's like, all right, we're breaking in, and he's like, fuck you, and he's like, all right, and so they take the ram and they're just breaking the door into pieces, and like a corner piece like falls out, and he's like, wait, hold on a sec. And he like looks in the hole. He's like, hang on, I got an idea. And he pulls out a flash grenade, and he's like, hey buddy. And he's like,
Jesus.
Yeah. He's like, hey man. He's like, yeah. He's like, this is gonna suck. Pulls the pin, shoves it into the hole. Just straight up, just shoves it in there. And they just hear, boom. Oh fuck.
Fucking thanks, Tackleberry.
Yeah, but I mean that's the part that killed me though, is that he just warned him. He's like, "Hey man, I'm just letting you know this is gonna suck."
Yeah, you just blew my fingers off, asshole.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't like hanging out with crazy guys anymore like that.
Yeah, hanging out with crazy people is fun until you realize how mortal you actually are.
Yeah, it is. You know what I forgot to do? Turn my monitor on. It's a sign of a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Or a bad one, I don't know.
You were too focused on the conversation to produce.
Yeah, this production. We gotta get a producer here. I had the Jewish producer lined up, and he won't call me back now.
I don't know what it is. Maybe he doesn't approve of our habits.
Yeah, well, he hates my guts anyway, so he's more to come on and destroy me than anything else.
So yeah, maybe not him. He's more likely to sabotage us then.
Yeah, he was the guy that painted the dick on my Jetta years ago.
And you wanted him to be a producer?
Yeah, I mean, we became good friends later on in life.
But then when you asked him a producer, he ghosted you.
Yeah, no, we were all set up, and I haven't heard from him since. Maybe he's dead. Haven't seen him post anything either, actually, to think about it. All right, let's get to the bracket game.
Yeah, they got weirdly dark all of a sudden. It was like, now that I think about it,
he might be dead. I'm gonna investigate afterwards. So I think we did the blue red. No, I think we did the purple one last week. It's March Madness, everybody. We should probably got some cool March Madness music going, huh?
Yes. Although I don't know if I want to hear the NBA theme song over and over again.
Look
Yes.
at John Tesh.
But yes, we did do this one last week, and if I remember correctly, Curb Your Enthusiasm was the winner for this one.
Yep. So Curb Your Enthusiasm, our first bracket winner, and now we're gonna go to. Okay, the blue one was the fucking old guy one. Okay, so
The Boomer bracket.
Boomer bracket. We're going orange bracket tonight. I believe this is the East bracket. Does it matter?
All right. Yeah. Are we really going for the? Are we really going to lean in to the theme here, like we're trying to be professional?
Yeah, we already know what's going to win, but we're just doing this for content, I guess. And all right, let's get this thing over with. We got 15 minutes, and we'll get the hell out of here.
Yeah. All right. So we got first up, we got Modern Family and Blossom. I've never heard of Blossom. I didn't even know that was a fucking thing. So my vote's Modern Family. I don't know about you, man.
I know the chick that was on the Nerd Show was Blossom at one time. What's her name? Kat Denny or whatever? No, not her. Who gives a shit? She's ugly. The ugly chick with the glasses, Blossom, I guess her name would be. I've never seen it. Modern Family for me too.
All right, easy. All right, next bracket we got Spin City versus Always Sunny. Always Sunny.
Come
Easy vote.
on. Yeah, I mean, Spin City sucked.
Yeah, man. Why is this even on the fucking list?
Oh, tough. All right, so we got. What is this bracket? Is so easy. I don't even know if we're going to have even a discussion on these.
Well, this one might be difficult because this is definitely apples and oranges. South Park versus Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser? I've never seen Doogie Howser. It's way out of my age bracket.
I could have sworn I've seen some episodes before, but I couldn't tell you a single thing about it. But I love the fuck out of South Park, so I got to go South Park.
Yeah, South Park is the thing about South Park too. It's fucking current. They put the show together that week and put it out. The freshness of it, I love. All right, both of these Perfect Strangers and News Radio. Joe Rogan's first show.
Yeah, I can't tell you a single thing about either of these shows, so I'll leave it to your discretion on this one.
Perfect Strangers, I have no idea what that is. We already know they're going to lose either one of them. So let's just go News Radio just because Joe Rogan was on it. Phil Hartman and Andy Dick.
Yeah, that sounds like a safe bet.
They're going to get their ass crushed by South Park anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, true. Yeah, both of them are going to get crushed by South Park. It doesn't matter who we pick.
This one should be a no-brainer, but I'll tell you to go Fresh Off the Boat and The Simpsons.
Gee, let me think about this. You can't really tell, but I'm really stroking my beard on this one. This is a real tough choice. Simpsons, no duh.
Yeah, no shit. Fresh Off the Boat. I think I tried to watch it on Hulu once. I don't think I made it all the way through on one episode. It's that bad.
Yeah, I watched one again, like Blackish. I watched one episode and I was like, yeah, I don't think I need to see any more. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't need woke sitcoms. Not funny. This one's weird. Roseanne, Married with Children. I don't know.
This might be controversial. I don't know, but I think I would pick Roseanne.
Honestly, I think I would too. Just because I Roseanne just holds up better.
Yeah. The Roseanne is it's definitely a product of its time, but there are still some fucking hilarious moments on that show that still make me laugh, even though it is dated.
Yeah, I love shows about poor people. I hate shows with like where the dad's a lawyer or you know what I mean, or a doctor. Or, I like normal, real people, like Sunny in Philadelphia. I love dirtbags.
So I'm guessing that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is not making it to the finals then?
I don't think so, but we'll see. All right, so Roseanne, I do like Married with Children. I just don't really like watching it anymore. I don't know why.
I feel like it's just one of those shows that went on a little too long.
Yeah.
You know, like for me,
no,
anyway,
ma'am.
yeah, it kind of fizzled out for me. Like after season 5, I think I stopped caring. But yeah, I gotta go Roseanne.
Okay, Roseanne. So we got Schitt's Creek's Different World. I'm gonna go first on this one. I'm gonna go Schitt's Creek. I love that fucking show.
Again, I'm not familiar with either of them, so I'll lean to you on that one and say Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek is like it's just like Canadian humor, SCTV ish. It's got the guy with the eyebrows and his kids. He's basically a rich
the
guy
with the eyebrows.
Eugene Levy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Eugene Levy loses all of his money because he didn't pay his taxes, and the IRS leaves him a hotel in Schitt's Creek, and that's where his rich family has to live now with the poor people. And Chris Elliott's on there too from the David Letterman show. Fucking great. He's hilarious. So yeah, Schitt's Creek definitely for me. Different World. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Me neither. I'll definitely have to check out Schitt's Creek after this, though.
Oh, dude, the first episode, hilarious. I think it's even on YouTube for free.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely check it out then.
Yeah, Eugene Levy is always funny. American Pie, classic. All right, so Hanging with Mr. Cooper and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Come on.
I have never seen Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and I've seen a lot more of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so unfortunately, my vote would be Fresh Prince, because that's the only one I'm familiar with.
Yeah, I have no idea who Hanging with Mr. I don't know who Mr. Cooper is.
Yeah, me neither. So, Will Smith makes it.
Fresh Prince, Schitt's Creek. I'm going Schitt's Creek.
Again, I'll trust you on that one. The premise of Schitt's Creek does sound a lot more fun than Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I've seen a lot of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because it was just on TV for, I don't know, 30 fucking years.
Yep. Schitt's Creek's cool because it's just a single camera shot, no audience. It's not a sitcom. It's more of a Larry David kind of vibe to it.
Okay.
Which I'm kind of getting sick of the audience shows.
Yeah. All right, so Schitt's Creek makes it to the finals. Or not to the finals, but to the semifinals.
Semifinals. We got Roseanne Simpsons. I'm going Roseanne. I'm going Roseanne on this one, me, but I don't know about you.
That's
yeah. Hold on.
Again, this is apples and oranges because you're talking about a live action sitcom versus arguably one of the most popular cartoons ever made.
Yeah. I'm changing mine to The Simpsons, actually.
Yeah, I'm thinking The Simpsons too. And again, that's only because The Simpsons it hasn't always been consistent, but for the most part, it's at least entertaining to watch.
And I'm putting up the fact of during the time Roseanne was on, The Simpsons were on during the same time. So head to head at that time, back in the day when The Simpsons were hungry.
True.
Yeah. Simpsons by a million.
That is also very true. Pause Reality says South Park should win this full bracket. It just might, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the toughest fight's coming up to the night. This is our toughest fight of the night right now.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close. The first round is easy as fuck, but now it's getting kind of difficult.
This is tough. So we're sticking with Simpsons over
Simpsons.
Roseanne, right? Okay.
Yeah, it pains me to say, but yeah.
Okay, so then we got South Park
versus News Radio. South Park.
Do we have? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Let's put them through. Yeah, no argument there. And then we got and then Sunny, of course, right?
Yeah, Always Sunny versus Modern Family. Yeah, that's an easy one. Yeah, easy for sure.
Okay, so now here comes the tough part. Sunny or South Park? They're both basically the same vibe. They're modern, dealing with what's going on today. Incredibly hilarious, incredibly unwoke.
Yes, but but South Park has an intro made by Primus.
Yes.
and my bias is making me pick South Park, but that's only because I grew up like not only did my parents grow up watching South Park, but I grew up watching South Park. I fucking love South Park. And even though like the newer seasons like it doesn't nearly hit as good as the early seasons, like you said, it is still relevant topical, and there are episodes where if you go back and you watch it, you just go like, ooh, you kind of like tug your collar like Rodney Dangerfield, where you're just like, ooh, that didn't age well.
Ooh, no, not at all. They killed Chef.
Yeah, that
that's
there's-
great.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm voting for South Park. Sonny's great. It
Yes.
really is. But is it
It really
monumental?
not to a South Park level, at least not to me, but it does pain me to say it. It does hurt me to knock Sonny off the bracket. It does. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I know. This one is one that like it's like, God damn it, you guys should have won. You're strong. You got
Yeah.
DeVito.
If you picked anyone, if you went up against anyone other than South Park, you might have won. But
Yeah, literally. And put him in that bracket really fucked him. Now, and some geezer in that boomer bracket's going to sneak into the finals, and they're sitting on the sideline now. Really upset with this bracket.
Yeah, fucking Gilligan's Island is going to go up against South Park in the finals.
All right, so we got Simpsons, Shit Creek. We can hit Simpsons, right?
Yeah, that's easy.
Okay, because you haven't seen Schitt's Creek, and really, The Simpsons yeah, okay. Easy there. So we got Simpsons versus South Park. They're the greatest argument of all time. Pause reality. I think he put his vote in for South Park.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say he votes for South Park, and I also will vote for South Park.
You know what? I think we've got a clean sweep here. South Park has won our bracket. Boy, he predicted that early.
Yeah, he did. Holy shit.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, good shit. Good shit, Pause. You fucking called it. South Park wins this fucking bracket, and I'm really happy with this one. This is the first time we've done a bracket where we actually were on the same wavelength. Usually we do brackets, and there's like a few of them where we're just like, nah, I might need to hear your argument on this one.
And then we just get to the part like, I'm just going to be nice. Go ahead, let it through. All right.
Well, it's either that or it's also you do make a good point where I kind of just like, you know what? I really have nothing to say to that, so I guess you win.
So I have some shows to watch. I want to see what this Blossom is. Maybe we made a mistake, and if I make a mistake, I'll come back and admit it and bring it to council. But I don't think so. I think eliminating Modern Family, Blossom, Spin City, It's Always Sunny, Doogie Howser. I don't feel bad about that one gone. The only one I really feel bad about is Sunny.
Yeah, Sunny going down. That did make me feel bad.
And Schitt's Creek might have made it a little farther if you've seen it, but
maybe but it made a valiant effort. It was a very valiant effort.
And Schitt's Creek was a weird show because it was a show that nobody watched. And then they finally did their last season after like 6 seasons, and everybody watched it. And they're like, "Oh, we want more." And they're like, "No, we're done. Sorry."
You should have jumped on the bandwagon 6-7 years ago.
So we got the bracket set. We have Curb Your Enthusiasm versus South Park. That one is going to. Oh boy.
Oh, I might have to binge. I might have to binge those to make an educated decision.
Yeah, this bracket is getting like when it first started. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so simple. But no, it's not. This is the strong bracket. And
it
then,
is.
Next week we'll finish the bracket, and then we'll finish it up and figure out who the champion is, much like the NCAA will find a champion. My money is on. I don't even know who's playing.
I'm just going to go with anytime anybody talks about sports, I go into sport ball mode. Where I'm just like, oh yeah, what do you know about college basketball? I'm just like, what's the local college around here? Gonzaga? Yeah, Gonzaga. You mean Gonzaga? Yeah, that's what I said.
Jimmy Kimmel's still trying to find that school.
It's in Washington.
Yeah, that's what they say, but everybody goes to see where the school is. No one's ever seen it.
I've been to the school.
Oh, okay. Well, you're one of the few.
It is kind of it is in kind of a weird place. I will say that, but it
always
is
thought
real.
that was-
I've been there.
For years, I thought it was like in Delaware or something. But every year
No.
you would see the Final Four.
Yeah.
South Park is still up there with the times, and the racism is the funniest. It is. Token,
It is.
for Christ's sakes. Token is my favorite character.
Oh, I don't know how familiar you are with the recent South Park adaptations, but they're trying to gaslight everyone by saying that Token's name is actually Tolkien, like J.R.R. Tolkien.
Oh, okay.
And it was literally like they invited Stan over for dinner, and they're just like, "Why do you keep calling him Token?" And he's like, "That's not his name." They're like, "What?" He's like, "My name is Tolkien." He's like, "Why is it Tolkien?" He's like, "Well, I wanted to name him after my favorite author, and so she didn't want me to name him like whatever the original name was. Like, so I went with Tolkien because I really like Lord of the Rings." And so they're just gaslighting everyone by saying, like, wait, his name was Tolkien this whole time? And that was the whole plot of the episode. It was like, oh, really? Really? You had the one black kid in your class and you thought his name was Token? Really?
Yeah, what a bunch of racists.
Yeah, you're fucking racist.
My favorite of the South Parks is the Marsh Farms. Tegrity Farms. That whole season, Tegrity.
Tegrity Farms is a good one only because I loved that fucking bit. It's 100% true, but it's that bit where Stan gets super depressed and he forms a metal band with Butters.
Yes.
And
yes.
yeah, and it's that shit is 100% true, and I love it. They go to like some fucking like local festival that's going on, and there's like, all right, let's give it up for this group, and then they go on, and Stan grabs the mic and he's like, this is a song that I wrote about being stranded and isolated on a farm. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's the most brutal fucking shit you ever heard in your life. It's like that's 100% true.
Oh, oh my God! I thought Curb was going to win this thing, but man, no, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I think I might have to binge both of these fucking shows so I can make a decision.
If we were smart, we'd cut these brackets up, add the videos over the top of them. And
I don't know if that means we're smart. I think that just means we would be proactive.
And then, but we couldn't do it on. Maybe we can. I got to do. I wish there was a YouTube school.
I'm sure there is, but the problem is that it seems like YouTube changes its policy every fucking month. So even if there was, it doesn't fucking matter.
I'm so sick and tired of getting in trouble for shit. I'm literally watching YouTube, somebody doing exactly the same thing I'm doing. Completely fine.
Yeah.
You could completely rip Led Zeppelin 4 for some reason and play it on your channel, but I can't play 14 seconds of it.
Unless there's a way that you could pay the copyright somehow. I don't know. I haven't heard of that.
YouTube has music licenses for every piece of music on Earth.
I know.
Why can't we use the licenses as guys doing shows? That's what drives me crazy. You have the license. You're paying the copyright, no matter what.
Yeah, it really makes no fucking sense. It really doesn't.
It actually makes me less money because you don't have to pay me nothing while I'm playing it. Yeah, I make too much sense,
I'm sure that it really does. Whenever there's some stupid like contract reason or copyright reason or whatever, it's because of some fucking law or some agreement that they made. Because at the end of the day, they're trying to look out for the best interest of, the musicians, the artists, the original people who made the music. They obviously should get the money that they made for their work. But at a certain point, again, to refer back to South Park, it's like that piracy episode that they did where they were like downloading a bunch of music and then they just got fucking swatted. And and so they were just like, and it's like, oh, so you think piracy is a victimless crime, huh? Here, why don't I show you something? And then they go over to like show. It's like, is that Britney Spears? It's like, yeah, that's Britney Spears. Why does she look so sad? Well, Britney Spears Britney Spears is a very popular. And she had millions and millions of dollars with all of her hits, but thanks to internet piracy, she found out that she could only afford 4 private jets instead of 5.
Why can't she do a concert? Is she that crazy?
Probably.
She can't fucking throw on stage and have her lip sync a 40-minute show? I find that hard to believe.
She probably is crazy, dude. Like, you're telling me, can you name me any musician who became popular when they were teenagers and then they didn't end up being fucking weirdos when they grew up?
Tiffany? About it.
Tiffany? Who's Tiffany?
I think we're alone now. Mall Rocker?
God, I haven't heard that song in a fucking hot minute. Jesus Christ.
I was just watching this guy's 80s cruise video earlier today. That's the reason I know the word Tiffany. I just never heard anything about her, so I'm apparently she's been okay.
Because she was a one-hit wonder, that means she's okay?
Well, I've talked to guys, too, and I used to interview a lot of the rock guys back in the day, or guys that would be over at the house, and I'm like, what's it like to be a rock star? You know what I mean? What's it like? It's like everybody knows who the fuck you are for a little bit of time, and then nobody knows who you are for the rest of your life. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I remember one time we hung out with the bass player for Tesla after the show. Mm-hmm. Guy's a weird guy. We're just hanging out. Most
bass players are weird.
And we're up in Wisconsin. He goes, hey, man, you got any cool houses around here? Old houses? And I'm like, well, what? Yeah, dude, you got like cool old houses. You're the bass player for Tesla. I thought we were going to go out and get chicks and do coke. What's going on?
Yeah, we could get chicks and coke, but we'll do it at the old house.
He's like, is there any place with your old houses? I'm like, well, yeah, the district over in Madison over there, but you want to go look at old houses at 2 a.m? Yeah. All right. So we're driving around looking at old houses. Like, you guys are just normal, weird guys. They don't do what you think they do. That's what my point is, I guess.
Yeah, it really is that thing of like, you would think that people who are musicians, you would think that like, oh, music is your hobby. And it's like, well, yeah, but I like this stuff too. And he's like, oh, well, that's interesting. Like, one that I've, it's not really surprising, but I think it's cool. I'm sure you know the actor Henry Cavill, who's been in, he was Superman and, among other things, he's done a lot of things. He is a certified fucking nerd. and I mean that legitimately. Like, I have seen him go ramble on about nerd shit that has put me to shame. Where I'm just like, man, even I didn't fucking know that. It's like, this motherfucker is a legitimate, like, recognized, talented actor. And this guy is a Warhammer nerd. Not only is he a Warhammer nerd, he's a fucking Witcher nerd. He's a Lord of the Rings nerd. Like, this dude is a legitimate fucking nerd. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Your nerdness is starting to rub off on me.
Yes.
I know I know who Saren is now.
Oh, you'll know Sarah a lot better. Probably next week, next session.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll find Sarah again.
Oh man. Yes, it's just, yeah. I mean, it's got to put something on your head where, like, one day everybody loves you, and then nobody. Then next day you're a ghost. You're a rock and roll ghost. They call you.
Yeah. It's well, I mean, unless you reach a certain level of fame where you're like, like if you're fucking Kanye West or something, where you need to have fucking private security on you 24/7 because everyone knows who you are. It doesn't matter who, but there are some bands where they rely entirely on their fucking fan base, which compared to the rest of the population is only a handful of people.
Yeah, I mean, 1 million people is 5% of the population.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah, it just doesn't last forever. It's just a flash in the pan for most guys. Your dream comes true, but it doesn't last forever.
No, and sometimes it does, and then they want out of it.
I've talked to guys too that went out and played concerts in front of 12,000 people. They said they went and played the gig the next night, and they played in front of just the bartender. And it's like, what the fuck happens in this world to people? It's just so up and down in that business. This business too.
Yeah, it really is. I remember my dad telling me there was at one point there's this bar that's over at this I forget what it's called, but it's near the state line of Idaho and Washington, and it's like a country bar, and a mutual friend of ours drinks there sometimes, and he said that there was one time where he was just sitting there minding his own business, and then all of a sudden fucking AC/DC walks in and starts setting up their gear.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And he's just like, what the fuck is going on? And then after they set up their gear, the fucking singer goes on mic and says, like, hey, we're going to be performing at the arena in this town over there, but we're going to be, we're going to be performing there in 2 days. So we figured, hey, why not? Let's do a concert here. And so fucking AC/DC just showed up in some fucking podunk country bar and performed a set in front of like 30 people.
Oh my! It's probably before cell phones where you could take a picture.
Yeah.
Nobody had a camera on them that night.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, to this day, no one believes that shit happened. But it's like, I swear to God, I swear on my mother's fucking grave, this shit happened.
Oh God, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Just to be in that moment.
Yeah, just minding your own business, and one of the biggest fucking rock bands ever just walks in minding their own business like they're supposed to be there. It's like, I didn't see any fucking posters. What the fuck?
Yeah, where's the marquee?
Yeah, where's the line? What the hell?
Yeah, you'd have to run to a payphone, call somebody, and by the time they got there, the concert would be over.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the lucky bastards that got to see Van Halen at the Troubadour or whatever back when they did the surprise show.
Oh, actually, my dad told me not too long ago that he actually saw Van Halen once. I think he said it was, I don't remember the lineup in order, but he said it was Van Halen with Sammy Hagar, Metallica, someone else, I don't remember who it was, and Scorpions. Yeah. Scorpions,
Dokken.
that was it, yeah. And Dokken, that was it, yeah.
And Kingdom Come.
Yeah, my dad was at that tour.
Monsters of Rock.
Yeah. And he said that, I don't know if it was the same for you, but he said that the concert that he went to, weirdly enough, he's like, I didn't give a single fuck about the Scorpions, but when I went and saw them, they put on a better show than fucking Metallica did.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, that's what he told me. He's like, I don't know what the fuck they were on, but they fucking kicked ass.
Yeah, the only reason I remember the name of it because my mom had a T-shirt that she'd wear all the time. That was like her favorite shirt, the Monsters of Rock. And I was like, Dokken? Like Metallica opened for Dokken.
Yeah,
Let that sink in for a minute.
yeah,
Metallica
the
was
biggest
second
band
on
in
the
the
bill.
world right now, was second to Dokken.
Because I think it went Kingdom Come, Metallica, Dokken, Scorpions, and Van Halen.
I think that was it. Yeah,
Yeah. And it's like, what point Dokken was a bigger draw than Metallica? Come on.
yeah,
That's
That's-
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, and Kingdom Come was the what's that Red Zeppelin ripoff band now? The new one.
Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah, they were the original Greta Van Fleet. They got so much shit. Like, this sounds like Led Zeppelin. They're like, I remember the guitar player, they did an interview with him. He goes, I don't even own a Led Zeppelin record. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure you don't. Sure you don't.
Yeah,
It's
God.
there's a situation kind of like that with I'm sure you're familiar with Gwar, the band.
By the way, that fucking Stripper Christmas song is good.
Yeah, Stripper Christmas Summer Weekend. Yeah, it's actually a good song.
I've been to Gwar concerts, never listened to their music. Really, I never paid attention to it at all. And I'm like, oh my God, this is actually a good song and a good band. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, Gwar is actually a talented metal band. If you look past how goofy the band actually is, it's like, no, what they're playing and what they're doing is actually pretty fucking kick ass. But Gwar actually had something kind of similar where roughly around the same time when they started, there's another band called Lordi from Sweden, I believe. And their shtick was kind of the same thing, where they would dress up like monsters and they would play metal music, and that's what their music was about. But instead of like Gwar, where they said that they were aliens, they said that they were demons. And so Lordi has been confronted many, many times saying that, like, hey, did you copy Gwar? And to this day, they swear up and down that when they formed Lordi, they had never heard of Gwar. But when you look at them side by side, it's like, I don't fucking know, man. It's pretty goddamn close. You know?
Yeah, it's like a Mushroom Head and Slipknot.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh no. One,
Okay.
it's real too close for it to be like. It might be a coincidence. It could be a coincidence, but I don't know, man. It's a pretty big fucking coincidence.
Yeah. You always catch Alice Cooper throwing some jabs. Slight. He's a nice guy, but
Yeah.
you can see. Everybody copied him, including Kiss. Anybody that's famous copied somebody else.
Oh, and you know that he's bitter that Ozzy took the moniker of Prince of Darkness from him.
Oh, fuck yeah, he is. You know, Dio, he's the most bitter prick ever. I made the devil signs. That's mine.
I mean, he kind of did. I mean, I don't know if he made them, but he definitely popularized them for sure. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
Also,
I remember the greatest quote from Dio of all time is guitar player was bitching to get enough money. And he asked the reporter, he goes, I don't pay him enough money, huh? Why don't you go over and talk to him? His house is the one with the fucking 2 Ferraris parked out in front. Let me know that I'm not paying him enough money.
yeah.
It's like, isn't that my fault you blew all your money on fucking Ferraris, asshole?
Yeah. That's the thing, is that I've heard people say that Dio is a dick, and yeah, he might be a dick, but the things that he has said about why he did it is like, I kind of understand why he was a dick about it. Like, for one, when he joined Black Sabbath to replace Ozzy Osbourne and he got the band back together, Ozzy wanted to join back up with the band and have Dio join him as a lead vocalist. And the rest of the band was like, "Oh, sure, yeah, why not?" But Dio said, "No."
No,
And
it's my show.
yeah, exactly. This is my fucking band now. You had every opportunity in the goddamn world to get your shit together and form the band back together. But now I'm the one who stepped up and I'm putting in the fucking work, and now you just want to waltz back in and take the fucking spotlight from me. No. Fuck you. And
No.
then Ozzy got his panties in a twist, and by that I mean Shannon got her panties in a twist and sued them for using the name Black Sabbath. So then they had to use the name Heaven and Hell instead.
I'm crazy.
Yeah,
Oh God, we could go for 5 hours talking about that fucking woman.
oh, God, she's shrewd businesswoman, but obviously she knows what she's doing.
I'm just well, yeah. I mean, she knows what she's doing to put more ringers on her fingers, but it's a whole other.
Isn't that the point of being a manager?
Yeah, but there's shit that happened that ask the Insane Clown Posse about Sharon Osbourne one time. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, I don't remember if I told this story or not, but I knew a dude who used to be part of the music scene in Seattle back in the 90s. And there was at one point when he wanted to have Sharon, he went to meet Sharon Osbourne to to talk with her about possibly investing in this recording studio.
Oh,
And,
I got you.
Yeah. And so she flew into Seattle, and so before they even did the pitch meeting, he took her out to to get some drinks and to some clubs, and they were talking, and he's like, and she was hilarious. She had all these fucking stories. Like, I have never met a funnier woman in my goddamn life. She was so social, so fun. But then when they got to the studio and they went into the meeting room, and as soon as they sat down and the doors closed, she turned into a totally different woman. And so he's like, now I had everything fucking planned. I rehearsed my pitch. I had the graphs. I had the math done. I had everything, and I pitched it perfect. And she just sat there and listened the whole time and didn't say a word. And I just sat there and just pitched my ass off as best as I could. And then when I finished, she just leaned onto the table and looked at me and said, "Let me ask you something. What makes you think that I need you?"
Wow.
And he had nothing. He was just like, I don't know. He's like, this woman just completely squashed my entire confidence, all of my work. She just squashed it in one sentence, and I was just like, damn.
Well, this is how I would answer that question. Well, one thing you're going to be able to develop your artist is a lot cheaper since you're invested in the studio. You're going to be able to put albums a lot cheaper.
You really don't think Ozzy has his own fucking studio?
He does, but they don't have the ear and the eye that we do at this studio. We know every nook and cranny. We can get your bands done cheap, in and out, sounding good. Since you own a piece of the studio, not only are you going to have your band sounding good, it's cheap, you're going to get a piece of it on the back end. I mean, it's a win-win for everybody, Sharon.
Sure, but maybe it wasn't enough money. Maybe it wasn't enough for her to think it was worth investing is the thing. She's just like, why would I invest into you when I'm already making a shit ton of money just leeching off of Ozzy?
Well, number one, she spent a whole entire day of her precious time to come up to this studio.
Yes.
So there's a reason why she's here. She wants to be involved. So what happens is when you get people famous trying to invest in your shit, you get all caught up in their fame and the stories like he did.
Yep.
And then he was just so starstruck, he could, well, we'll just try someone else.
Yeah.
You got to talk to people like that about money, how they're going to make money. That's all they want to hear. You're going to make money. Really? I'm going to make money? I'm listening.
Yeah, that's all that matters at this point. It's not about the art anymore. It's about money.
If you invest in a rock band, you're stupid. I mean,
The only band that you should invest in is yours, and even then, it's a fruitless effort.
it's money just going in and none coming back out.
No.
The best was that vampire rock and roll show. What the hell was the name of that? Paradise City. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I don't think I have.
It's about a guy who makes a deal with the devil, and they turn into vampires, and they're rock stars. And they got Randy Blythe from Lamb of God on there.
Oh, cool.
So they got him and his band on this thing. He literally makes the whole show. Randy Blythe. The 50-year-old metal guys that were super hot in the 80s are out touring around in a fucking RV.
Okay.
And it's breaking down every 8 miles, and they keep calling the label, and the label's like, we don't fucking need you. We're not giving you any more fucking money. Figure it out. And he's like, we made you $40 million. You can't get us a muffler for a fucking motorhome?
No, actually, we can't.
I'm trying to think where Paradise City is even available. Maybe, I think it's Amazon.
It's probably on Amazon.
But it's a cool, I think Roddy Radke is the main guy, maybe? No. One of these new emo metal guys is the lead character. It's really good if you're into music. It shows a band making it.
Actually, there's I don't know if I can get it. Maybe I can. But there's a video game that was made a long time ago where objectively the video game is not good. But if you're a metal guy, then it's the greatest video game ever because it's a video game about every single metal stereotype becoming true. And it's voiced entirely by metal musicians, and Jack Black is the voice of the protagonist. So if you don't like Jack Black, that is the negative. But it's got Lemmy as himself, and he's like the gatekeeper to hell. But he's just himself. He's not a character.
Oh. Yeah, I saw a clip of Lemmy the other day that just popped up on the reels where he was out hanging out at the pool party with his shorts on.
Mm-hmm.
Lemmy would literally wear Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, Daisy Duke cut off jeans.
That guy, I can't figure that guy out at all.
I'll tell you what, he was the realest motherfucker who ever lived. He is what rock stars wish they could be.
Yeah, didn't he write an advice column at one time? He was so good at advice.
Yeah, he
for like a woman's magazine or something back in the day.
Something like that. Yeah, I do remember there was I forget what there was like a live tour video that they put out where like every so often they would cut it to where Lemmy was reading fan mail, and there's one that fucking makes me laugh every time I see it. There was this woman who wrote to him for advice about her boyfriend or husband or something like that, and it was actually like kind of like a serious letter about some advice. They say that he gets angry sometimes and he smacks me around, and people say that he's going to kill me. And but they don't see what I see, and I see the good side of him, and typical abusive relationship stuff. Mm-hmm. And so she says, so she asks him like, what do you think I should do about it? And he just folds up the letter and looks at the camera, and he just goes, well, if they're right, then he's gonna fucking kill you.
That's why Lemmy's the best.
Yeah, he doesn't give a single fuck or didn't. He's dead, unfortunately, but he didn't give a single fuck about anything. He just did whatever the fuck he wanted, and that is what everyone is aspiring to be, is just to be someone who could just literally he's quite possibly the ugliest motherfucker I have ever seen be a front man, and he has fucked thousands of women just on charisma alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you care, you'll never get laid.
Yes.
I figured that out a long time ago, and boy, it's working. It is working.
Yeah.
I'm the most
ultimate-
insecure, sad, loneliest man in the world, but I know how to fucking put the show on.
Yeah. Acting like you don't care is the greatest form of confidence.
I don't care because once you figure out you can get more women, it doesn't matter if you leave. I can get another one tomorrow. I live in Vegas. There's too many women. There's like too many. So I'm not broke. I'll never have my heart broken here. Oh, you're gonna leave? Okay, well, I'll find someone else. Probably look just like you.
There's another thing I came across of Lemmy that was fucking hilarious. Is it was what's that? You know, he has his own custom Marshall amp that's called the Murder One.
Oh yeah.
There was a short that I saw him do where he was like backstage setting up for a show, and he just plugs in his bass, and he's like, you see, the problem with most bass players is they play like this, and you just hear like this, just kind of like a flat tone. He's like boop ba doop boop ba doop boop ba doop ba doop ba doop, and he's like, whereas I play like this, and he just cranks the knobs, and then you just hear it's like, dude, that is so fucking kick ass.
Yeah, I'm just glad I got to see him once before he passed.
Yeah, I'm super jealous of you for that. I wish I could have seen Motorhead.
You know, they weren't the best. Being in a band like Motorhead would be the best.
Yes.
Because wherever city you go into, 3,000 people are going to show up. Not less, not more. 3,000 people are going to be at that fucking show every time.
Yes.
It doesn't matter where town you're in, 3,000 people are showing up. Exactly. For 50 years. For 50 fucking years.
Anywhere in the world.
3,000 people showing up is you know, back then probably 50 grand a night, probably now 200 grand a night.
Right?
You know, that's $1 million a week for 5 gigs. It's perfect. And to be able to have that little fan base that's big enough to pay you is perfect.
Yeah.
What's some bands that have done that? Grateful Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed income when you go out every time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's people that go to Grateful Dead shows that don't even give a shit about the Grateful Dead.
No, I went to the Grateful Dead show and top 10 worst concerts ever.
I've heard that a lot.
And it was at the fucking Sphere.
Well, then you saw Dead and Company, which means half of the band is dead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big John Mayer guy. He's super talented, but I just don't like him because he got to fuck Jessica Simpson and I didn't.
So you're jealous.
I'm super jealous of that guy.
Johnny, I just noticed that we hit the 3-hour mark.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, we got to go.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my God, I was going to do 90. Okay. We did twice that. All right, well, we did 7 hours this week. I think we're good. I don't think there's anything left unbuttoned.
No, unless you had some news or something to talk about, but I think we went through everything, right?
Yeah, I went through everything. I like doing these shows every once in a while where
we just keep going down the rabbit hole and don't stop.
Yeah, it's good. I like them. They're fun once in a while. And we got enough material for next week now to work on.
Yeah, exactly.
See, banking material. All right, before we go tonight, I want to tell everybody about the network and how things are going to go.
Okay.
3 a.m. East. MHH News Desk on Wednesdays, 3 a.m. East, Marijuana Happy Hour on Thursday. And that's it. That's all you're getting.
And then Mondays at Marco V193 on Twitch, me and Johnny will be saving the galaxy on the Mass Effect trilogy. And of course, 1 a.m. East every Tuesday, 2 Stoned.
Yep, 2 Stone on 1 East. So 1 a.m. East, 2 Stone, 3 a.m. Wednesday and Thursday. Because I'm putting it I'm gonna do it at that time for sure. I can make that.
It's good.
This 10 p.m. shit, it's hard.
I'm surprised that you make it to 10 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday. Like, you showing up at 10 on Tuesday every week is pretty impressive. But let's see if we can keep the streak going for every Monday and Tuesday.
I think we're doing pretty good. It's 10 p.m. I don't have a job. Just quit being a weirdo.
It's can you at least just jump into a fucking PlayStation chat at 10 p.m.? Is it really that fucking hard?
But that is the network. We've worked for almost 2 years. No, about a year and a half on this show. I think to a point. I think we're comfortable where we know what we're doing finally and where the show's going.
I think so.
I think we've done enough work to earn a slot in the network on Tuesday night. I think we've done a pretty good job.
Yeah.
The MHH News Desk, I started that a year ago, and I practiced. And I think I got what I want to do with that down now.
Yeah, it's good.
So instead of doing 7 kind of shitty shows a week, we're going to do 3 great shows a week, and let you guys take the break. You party people. People that party that listen to the show are partying Friday, Saturday nights. So no reason for me to be on. We got plenty of specials coming up, and of course, go to MHH Johnny's Picks over on Spotify and YouTube. Tons of music today. I loved it listening to it today on the way to my Fuddruckers meal. Fucking jamming. I was like, I had the excuse in my head.
Yes.
I looked down at my speedometer today. I was doing 110 miles an hour down the highway because the fucking bomber was playing. The Weave has worked all night. That fucking bomber song.
Going back to Motorhead, but yeah, that bomber song is kick ass. I love that song.
And how Obama did not use that for his campaign, I do not know.
It was right there in front of him.
We want to thank the Great Pause Reality for being the greatest third mic in the history of third mics. We want to thank Dirty Dalish for being you, dirty. Nothing dirty about this girl, in my mind.
Unless you pay her.
Yeah, I mean, what is dirty?
We should save that for next week. What is dirty?
What is dirty? What is considered kinky? When I was growing up, you know what kinky was? Doing it doggy style. All right, we'll get out of here. Thank you, Paz, once again, my friend.
Yes. And also, shout-outs to Nas Redna, who did the intro to this show. Go check him out at Nas Redna.
Forgot about that guy. Where's he been? I got to get him back on the show again one of these nights. When's the next holiday? He has a day off.
Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, man. I think he was busy.
Yeah, I don't do St. Patrick's Day.
Well, why not? You're half white.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of Irish in me, but I don't like days where people that don't normally drink. Too many problems.
Yeah, that's fair.
I party on every night except St. Patrick's Day and New Year's Eve. You know why? Because I'm smart.
I party every night except for when everyone parties.
Exactly. Everybody else is asleep. I'm up partying. If everybody's partying, I'm asleep.
That sounds like a great plan, honestly.
Yeah, well, ties into that South Padre trip. We'll get into that later too. All right, everything's really wrapping up. All right.
Yeah, we're tying things together. It seems like we're actually getting our shit together for once.
Yeah. Well, don't expect it every show, folks.
I sure don't.
Okay, now I'm just literally stalling till we can find the outro.
All right. Well,
There's-
yes, like Johnny said, Two Stoned every Tuesday, MHH News Desk on Wednesday, and Marijuana Happy Hour on Thursdays at MHH Network on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch. And MHH
Okay.
Johnny's Picks, curated by Johnny and edited and updated by me at earliest I possibly can. Spotify and YouTube Music, MHH Johnny's Picks. It's its own radio station at this point. There's got to be something in there you gotta fucking love.
Yeah, I mean, there's not like anything in that list.
Yeah,
I'll
if you
tell
don't, if you put that thing on shuffle and you hit skip 10 times, you're a sociopath. I don't care.
Let's see. I'm just waiting for it to load once again. I don't want to. It's really a dangerous game. One bad hit on this board, and we could literally get copyrighted and the whole episode thrown off.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm surprised that we haven't gotten hit with a copyright strike on accident before.
We've gotten a few. I go in and take care of them right away.
Oh,
We get one from Nas every week. We do, but he's cool with it. It doesn't affect us at all. It just he does hit us with copyright though.
Yeah, as long as we have the permission from the whoever has the copyright, that it's fine.
Yeah, and well, he didn't even know that it was copywritten.
I know that was the crazy thing. It's just like he didn't know. It's like, what? Really?
It's like, dude, I thought we were friends. I thought you said it was okay to play it. I'm just trying to help you out, give you some exposure.
Yeah.
You know, six people are going to see this tonight.
Yeah. Why are you trying to sue us, man?
All right, we found it.
All right, excellent.
Let's go. All right, we'll see you next Monday. For the link, will be on my Twitter page, Facebook, all the socials. We will be putting a commercial up on all the socials, and we'll see you Monday. We'll see you Tuesday. We got to go because we are too stoned.
Indeed.
Right? About an hour ago, we were that way, but.
Then we had to keep going.
A rare dime hidden for decades sells for over
All right.
$500,000.
Way too much time
Rare
ago.
dime whose whereabouts had remained a mystery since the late 1970s has just sold
well,
for just over
we say that
$500,000.
every time. I'm getting used to it at this point.
Yeah,
You got
well,
that
maybe we can
sticky
get 3
icky.
minutes of good content out of this.
I mean, surely if we went on for 3 hours, 3 minutes of it has to be good.
Yeah, part of it, we had to stumble on something that was good.
Funny.
All right, brother, we'll talk to you Monday.
Yeah, for sure. Just while this is going, actually, do you have any last minute things that you want to say about the game, just out of curiosity?
No, just waiting for the waiting.
All right. Well,
Waiting
since you're
for the showdown.
You'll need
Alrighty.
Franklin D.
Well,
Roosevelt.
if you ever
need
feel like
that Abraham
getting a
Lincoln
session in
Kush,
on Friday,
smoke
Saturday, or
the
Sunday when you're
fucking,
not doing your show,
Gettysburg
and I'm off
Address
work,
and
I'm
shit,
more
you
than
know what
willing
I'm saying?
to,
You need that
get a-
shit that frees
get a couple of
slaves,
hours in.
motherfucker.
you know.
Underground Railroad.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll check my schedule.
Oh yes, your busy work schedule of sleeping all day and smoking all night.
Yeah, you know,
Abraham
it's
Lincoln
tough life.
Being a hippie's hard, man. I have a reputation
really
to
is.
uphold.
I don't know if my brain works that much.
A week from now, I don't know. I
Underground
guess I could
Railroad
plan
shit,
for that.
You know what I'm saying? You need to smoke that. You need to fucking.
All right, peace out, brother.
Yeah, that's what you.
All right, dude.
That's what you fucking need. Whatever, man.
Whatever, man. That's all you need.
A
Little
rare
Abraham
dime
Lincoln
hidden
shit.
For decades sells for over $500,000. An extraordinary rare dime whose whereabouts had remained a mystery since the late 1970s has just sold for just over $500,000. Who needs dimes when you got that sticky icky icky? Ooh, ooh.